From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here, Johnny.
Well, George, I'm really glad to talk to you.
Oh? Why do you say it that way?
Because every insurance case I handle for that company of yours pays me a nice fat fee. And right now I can use a little extra cash.
Well, now, Johnny...
So tell me all. What's Floyd's of England upset about this time?
Well, I'm not sure.
Uh-oh, here we go again.
But, Johnny, I just received a transatlantic telephone call from Paris, France, from a man who wanted to contact you but didn't know where to call you. And he identified himself only as Le Chat Gris.
Oh? Le Chat Gris?
It's French, Johnny.
No.
And I believe it means the gray cat.
Yeah. And George, the name fits him.
You know him, then?
His real name is de Marsac. He probably knows more about the dark alleys and back streets of Paris.
Oh?
Yeah, and about the people. In other words, the underworld. What did he call about?
He mentioned the Blue Madonna.
The what?
It's a painting, Johnny, a small oil painting by a modern artist named Vincent Bardot. It's owned by a Mr. Kingsley Holland down in Philadelphia.
Yeah?
It hangs in the Gavin Galleries, and we've insured it for $12,000.
Well, what did he have to say about it?
Only that you're to call him. His number there in Paris is Orleans 57722.
Uh-huh.
That he has some very interesting information for you about that painting.
Oh, sure. That he'll be glad to give me for a price.
Exactly. I can't for the life of me figure what his interest is in it. If there were anything amiss, I'm sure the gallery would have called me.
George, if you knew that character as well as I do, you'd okay my expense account without even looking at it and be willing to pay me that big fee I was talking about.
What do you mean?
Want to make a bet?
What kind of a bet?
I'll give you odds of 10 to 1 that whatever's hanging in that gallery down there in Philadelphia is not the Blue Madonna.
What? Now, look, Johnny, good heavens.
George, I'll be talking to you.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Blue Madonna matter. Expense account item 1, $12 even for a phone call to my underworld contact in Paris, France, a man by the name of de Marsac, who calls himself the Gray Cat.
Oh, oui, Monsieur Dollar. This is your very dear friend, Le Chat Gris?
Very dear friend, huh? Now listen, you telephoned George Reed that you have some real hot information about a painting his company insured.
Ah, oui, Le Madonna Bleu. What did you call the Blue Madonna?
Okay. How much you want this time?
Oh, Monsieur, you touch me to the quick. Well, one might think that I slave and suffer and risk my life on your behalf only for money.
How much, de Marsac?
Say, $1,000.
$1,000? Look, if your info's worth anything, I'll send you a check for $50.
$50? No. 900?
Okay, I'll make it 75.
But, Monsieur, 750?
How about an even 100?
500.
2.
4?
3, that's final.
Oh, please. 200?
Okay, 200.
Oui. Eh? No.
It's all settled, $200. Now, what about the Blue Madonna?
Yes. It is now here in Paris.
Yeah, where?
In the shop of Monsieur Dubuisson on the Rue des Pas de l'Amour.
Dubuisson? Huh. You sure it isn't just a copy? That he'll try to foist it off on some wealthy sucker?
Dubuisson is a crook, an evil crook. But he is an honest one.
Oh, sure.
Yes, and he knows the works of art. Also, he's very clever. To get his price, he will wait until the real Madonna is discovered missing.
If it really is. That's what I'll check on now.
And then you will send me the $500, my very dear friend.
200, remember?
Oui, I cheated myself. But, Monsieur...
Yeah?
Suppose I could find out who smuggled the painting into him, eh?
Fine.
That would be worth a lot to you, no? Say, 1,000?
We'll see. I'll be talking to you. Item 2, 420. I phoned to my old pal, Foster Harmon, down in Sarasota, Florida. Told him I'd pay his fare if he'd grab the first plane out and meet me in Philadelphia at the Bellevue Stratford Hotel. I knew that if anybody could identify the genuine painting, he could. Item 3, $9.40 for my own transportation to the city of brotherly love. Item 4, $9.50, cocktails and dinner for the two of us there at the Bellevue.
Yes, the Blue Madonna is one of Vincent Bardot's best-known works. I don't think there's another living artist who could so effectively use various shades of just one color. But what about it, Johnny?
Well, first thing in the morning, I want you to come along with me and take a look at it.
It's in the Gavin Galleries, isn't it, up on Walnut Street?
Yeah, at least it's supposed to be.
Suppose?
Now, all I want you to do is take a good look at it, then reserve any comments until after we get out of the place.
And?
That's all.
Well, but Johnny,
Meantime, I want to check with the owner of that painting. The telephone directory gave me Kingsley Holland's address. Item 4, $6.20 for a cab to a small apartment house out in West Philadelphia. Holland turned out to be, well, I'd say he was about 30, short, lean, and nervous, with the surly expression of a man who feels the world hasn't done right by him.
Yeah? You mean you're interested in buying the Blue Banana?
Well, it all depends, Mr. Holland.
Uh-huh. Look, Dollar, that's what you said your name is?
Yes, that's right, Johnny Dollar.
Sounds familiar. Well, anyway, listen.
Yeah?
That gallery's got a price of $18,000 on it. But if you want to buy it direct from me, and right now, I'll give it to you for $12,000. Save yourself a few $1,000, and it'll save me having to pay them their 20%.
But if you've already commissioned the gallery to sell it for you...
So I'll tell them I changed my mind, that I want to keep it. Then when they find out that I've sold it, well, them try and catch up with me and collect. Because me, I'll be right back in little old gay Paris.
Back in Paris?
Sure, I'd be there still, only I ran out of money.
$12,000, huh?
That's exactly what it's insured for. And that's what they appraised it for when I got it from my uncle's estate. With all his money, what does he die and leave me with but a lousy painting? Well, do you want it?
Let me think about it. I'm staying at the Bellevue Stratford.
Sure. Just don't tell them at the Gavin Gallery about our little deal, huh? What those crooks don't know won't hurt them.
Crooks?
You think for a minute all that stuff they've got laying around the place is genuine? But the Blue Madonna is.
You're sure?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Just stick around, Mr. Holland.
Any reason why I shouldn't?
I don't know. Is there?
Now, wait a minute, Dollar.
I'll be in touch with you.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Blue Madonna matter.
Had Kingsley Holland, the owner of the painting, recognized my name? I thought so. And if a switch in that painting had been made and he knew about it, well, I'd do well to look out for him. Yeah, the more I thought about it, the more certain I became that whatever hung in the Gavin Galleries was not the Blue Madonna. Item 5, another $6 for a taxi back to my hotel. Item 6, $5.80, breakfast the next morning for Foster Harmon and myself. By 10 o'clock, we were at the Gavin Galleries, looking at a pretty modern, but I must say beautiful painting.
It's amazing, Johnny, amazing. The most extraordinary... Well, I just can't believe it.
Can't believe what, Foster? That it's the real thing or just a good copy?
Oh, good morning, sir.
That's just it. You see...
I've helped these gentlemen.
Johnny...
Hold it, Foss.
That painting, you know, is a genuine Bardot.
Yeah? My name is Johnny Dollar. This is Mr. Foster Harmon.
Gentlemen, I'm Arnold Gavin. You're interested in buying the Blue Madonna?
If this is really it.
Johnny, listen.
Wait, Foster. What is the price of it, Mr. Gavin?
20,000. Mr. Dollar, did you say?
Yeah, but, wow. Haven't you got a Bardot that's a bit cheaper?
His Laconic Lagoon is priced at 10,000.
Holy. Well, how about a copy of this?
Bardot has never allowed his works to be copied.
Johnny, listen.
Yeah, Foster. It looks like this stuff is too rich for our blood.
No.
Come on, let's go back to the Bellevue Stratford.
No, listen.
Perhaps there's something else that might interest you.
No, I'm afraid not, but thank you.
That's quite all right. Now, look, suppose I come back later.
Johnny, listen.
Come
to
on,
me.
will you?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Gavin.
Now, Johnny...
Just take it easy. Well, Foss?
It's a fraud, Johnny. It's a copy. I'm sure of it.
Hey. Did you say that Blue Madonna's a copy, mister?
Yes.
Wait, Foss.
Well, I thought you were looking at it kind of funny there in the gallery.
Yes, sir. It's a fraud.
Foster.
You don't mind my asking, who are you?
My name is Foster Harmon.
Harmon? From the John Ringling Museum down in Florida?
That's right.
Well, then you ought to know.
Now, just a minute, mister.
Say, aren't you Johnny Dollar, the insurance investigator?
So what? Who are you?
Me? Well, I'm Rube Alloway of Transworld News Service.
News service? Oh, fine.
Yeah, I'll see you, boys, and thanks a lot.
Well, Foss, it looks like you opened your mouth and stuck my foot in it.
Well, I'm sorry, Johnny, but what I said is true. That Blue Madonna is an imitation, a phony.
That much I already knew. At least I was pretty sure of it.
But don't you see the amazing thing? Well, Johnny, that copy is so perfect, so exactly in the style of Vincent Bardot, even to little things, little idiosyncrasies that even the finest copyist couldn't match. Certain minute details about an artist's work are as distinctive, as impossible to copy as a man's own fingerprints.
Yeah,
What I'm trying to say is that if I didn't know every brush mark on the original...
Okay, Foss, forget it.
Forget it.
Hey, listen. Kingsley Holland, the owner, and I wouldn't trust him for a minute. I think he knows who I am. If so, and if he knows that painting is just a copy, well, he's pretty sure to figure out what I'm doing here.
Johnny, he must know it's a copy. If he gave it to the galleries to sell.
Perhaps. Or maybe the switch was made after it was hung there.
Then what you're saying is that either one of them could be responsible for the fraud.
That's right. How well do you know the Gavin galleries?
Well, they're not very big. You could see that for yourself. And, of course, they're rather new in the business.
I think I'd better get a rundown on this Arnold Gavin while we're waiting at the hotel.
Waiting? What for?
Well, you plant a couple of seeds. You hope that one of them will sprout.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Foss, I told both of them who I am in the hope they'd guess at why I'm here. I also gave them reason to suspect I think that Blue Madonna's a phony.
Well, I'm afraid that I may have led Arnold Gavin to feel that way.
Same thing. I also made it very plain to them that I'm staying at the Bellevue Stratford. In other words...
Good heavens, Johnny, if you mean what I think you do.
Yeah? Like what, Foss?
You think that one of them, the crook, will come to the hotel and try... Well, don't you see, Johnny, knowing that you're on to him, he might try to kill you.
Can you think of a better way to bring him out in the open?
Johnny.
Come on, let's get back to the hotel. And wait.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
After all, there was no reason to drag Foster any further into this mess, although I knew he'd be game to see it through. So I paid him for all his expenses. That's item 7, 151 even, and sent him on back to Sarasota. Item 8, 10 cents for a phone call to Sergeant Jerry Hawkins at police headquarters. About mid-afternoon, he called me back.
Boy, did you ever start a riot.
Well, what'd you find out for me about Gavin and Holland?
Well, Holland's just a lazy kid that's been trying to live off his relatives all his life.
And Gavin?
Okay, so far as we know. But listen, you seen the papers?
No.
The story about that phony painting is on every wire service in the country. All you can see in the headlines is that name Bardot, and I don't mean Bridget. Johnny, you and that Foster Harmon ought to collect a publicity fee.
Are you holding Gavin or Holland?
Well, what on? Sure, the boys have questioned both of them, but unless we can show some evidence that one of them pulled the switch. Johnny, you got any ideas?
Yeah, Jerry. Suddenly, I think maybe I have.
Well, then start talking so I can make a pitch.
No, I don't think you will.
What do you mean, if you know who did it?
Well, I didn't say that. But, Jerry, I've got a hunch, a real potent one. And if it's right...
Yeah?
Well, read tomorrow's papers.
Huh?
Item 9, half a buck for an evening paper and a tip for the bellboy who brought it up to me. Yeah, the sergeant was right. This was the most free advertising any artist has had in years. Prices on genuine Bardots were skyrocketing. As for the fake Blue Madonna, I put in a fast call for Paris. But before the operator could get it through... Yeah?
Arnold Gavin, Mr. Dollar.
Well, Mr. Gavin...
Do you see what has happened? Have you seen the papers?
I sure have.
And the police have closed my shop, my galleries.
Can you blame them?
But don't you understand? I've had offers of up to $30,000 for the Madonna. I've received wires offering me nearly $20,000 for the other Bardot, the real one.
No kidding.
Well, I'll show you how much I'm kidding. I've cabled Bardot to paint some more for me. Paint anything. Don't you see? After all this publicity, we'll make $1 million.
So it was you that rigged this whole thing, huh, Gavin?
I, Mr. Holland? Why, of course not.
Sure, to raise the price of some of your lousy paintings.
Why, how can you say that? You who gave me that copy.
Expert, huh? You trying to tell me you didn't know that was a copy?
No. It was only this morning when the authority from Sarasota, when I called in the people from the museum here in Philadelphia. Do you know what they said?
What? And it better be good.
They said the only one who could have made that copy.
Wait a minute.
The only artist in the world who could have possibly...
Hold it. Hold everything. Holland, you said you got that painting from your uncle's estate.
That's right. It was willed to me.
Where did your uncle get it?
Why, Well, listen.
I'm listening.
Dollar, that Madonna was smuggled into it.
Smuggled?
That's right.
But by whom?
Well, believe it or not.
I think I can tell you who. And if this is my call to Paris, well, maybe I can even tell you where he is now. Johnny Dollar.
This is your dear and faithful friend, Le Chagris.
Good. Now listen.
And for the information I can give you this time, you will have to pay me a vast sum of money.
You're about to tell me that the Blue Madonna was smuggled into Paris by none other than the artist himself.
This?
By Vincent Bardot.
Exactly. So that should be worth it, but how did you know?
All right. All I want to know now is where is he? You know.
He's not in Paris.
Where is he? For $100? 150?
300.
Oh, for that much I'll find out for myself. Goodbye.
No.
Okay, 200 or I hang up on you.
Well, only for you, my oldest friend.
Where?
He is aboard a plane for the United States.
I might have guessed it.
He has the Madonna Bleu with him. He received the cable this morning.
Great. I'll send you a check. You hear any of that, Mr. Gavin? Holland?
Well, yes, but I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, I sure don't.
Then maybe this call will help you.
Headquarters?
Sergeant Jerry Hawkins.
Yes, sir. Sergeant Hawkins.
You can have the boys in New York pick him up or wait for his plane to arrive here in Philadelphia.
Johnny.
If you're sure you really have any charges against him.
What?
Yeah, he's on his way in from Paris. The guy who painted the copy of the Blue Madonna. Or maybe this is really the original over here.
Huh?
Well, at any rate, he'll have the other copy with him. So do you want to tell the papers or shall I?
Look, will you make sense?
Oh, and his name is Bardot.
Bardot?
That's right, Vincent Bardot. Well?
You mean that he painted two of them?
Sure, with probably something like this in mind.
But I can't
And
believe...
look what it's done for him. Put him on the map. Anything he paints now will net him a fortune. And I don't think you'll suffer particularly either, Mr. Gavin.
Well, no.
As for you, Holland, well, you'll get a lot more than you thought for that painting of yours.
Man, what a fast.
Sure. But you know something?
What, Mr. Dollar?
I just wonder if Le Chagris was in on this thing with him from the beginning.
Le Chagris?
So help me, I wouldn't put it beyond him. Sure he was in with Bardot. And probably collecting plenty from him. Anyhow, the insurance company isn't out anything. But I hope they'll be a lot more careful the next time they insure a painting. Any so-called original. Expense account total, including $400 for Le Chagris, the hotel, and the trip back to Hartford, $620 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were G. Stanley Jones, Forrest Lewis, Harry Bartell, Joseph Kearns, Bert Holland, and Byron Kane. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Hollywood. It's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Earl Foreman, Johnny.
Hi, Earl. How are things in sunny Florida?
I think I'll move to California.
What?
I mean, get away from this crazy insurance business as far as I can.
You sound like you have a problem.
I sure have. A real wild one. Trying to get rid of $65,000.
That's a problem?
It's insurance on a policy bought and paid for by one Albert Schuyler Kingman.
Well?
He died and left the money to his only child, his son Henry.
Well, what's the matter? Can't you find him?
Find him? That's just the trouble, Johnny. I've found two of them.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Company, Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Double Trouble matter. Expense account item 1, 8320, plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to Tampa to Sarasota, Florida. Item 2, $1.75 for a cab to Earl Poorman's office in the Conroy building.
That's right. After waiting 20 years for this sole beneficiary to show up.
20 years?
Well, like I told you, the insured was Albert Schuyler Kingman.
$65,000.
Yes, he was a widower, lived up near Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
And he had a son named Henry.
Henry was his sole heir and beneficiary of his policy.
Okay. And you say that Kingman died 20 years ago?
Yes, during that big hurricane back in 38. Remember it? Did about $40 million damage up and down the coast.
Earl, I was a mere child at the time.
Oh, sure.
How old was Henry?
Well, he was 10, just a kid. Anyhow, it was several days before the old man's body was found.
And the boy?
No trace of him. Disappeared. In due course of time, because of the statute of limitations, the old man's estate was, well, I guess it went to the state.
But not his insurance, huh?
No. We kept the matter of the insurance open, company policy. Requires a lot of legal finagling, but in the company's history, they've turned up beneficiaries as much as 15, 18 years after death.
How?
By advertising. And that's what accounts for the sudden appearance of two Henry Kingmans, each claiming to be the beneficiary of Albert Kingman's policy, and each having a logical, legitimate story. Each saying he didn't know about the insurance until he saw the ad.
Where are these boys, Earl?
Right here in Sarasota. They arrived yesterday.
They arrived together?
No, a couple of hours apart, unknown to each other, they say.
I hope you made it perfectly plain that one of them has to be a phony and that when he's found out, it's going to go pretty rough with him.
Naturally. But, Johnny, I can't find anything wrong with either of their stories. You know, their background, where they've been, and so on.
Where are they staying, Earl?
A couple of dingy little motels on the edge of town. Now, look. Here's the file on them, or rather on the old man.
Well, I don't know that that's going to be much help.
There's information about not only Kingman, but his wife, who died before him. There's a lot of miscellaneous information about the boys. I mean, the boy, where he went to school and Sunday school, who his teachers were, the names of some of his friends. There's a lot of stuff here.
Well, then, maybe I'd better go through it.
Sure. Now, look, it's getting late. You're going to stay with Gertrude and me, as usual.
Oh, that isn't necessary, Earl.
Well, she'd kill me if I didn't bring you home. So, come on, we'll drive on out to the quay, have cocktails and some dinner, and you can spend the evening poring over that material. Come on.
Cocktails and dinner were great. They always are with the Poormans. Only poor man is a misnomer. That home of theirs on St. Armand's Key is not only big and new, but beautiful. They have their own private dock and speedboat on the bayou directly back of the house. Yeah, they own a couple of spanking new fancy air-conditioned cars. I decided that if I ever get enough to retire, this will be the kind of a setup for me. It was nearly 10 o'clock by the time I got around to the folder on Henry Kingman. But by 2 a.m., so help me, I knew more about him than he himself could. Yes, I was all set to expose one of these claimants as a phony, a fraud. Had the whole situation right in the palm of my hand, I thought. But, brother, I had no idea of what was coming. Believe me.
yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband.
Reba! Reba!
What is it, Donald?
Confounded Reba, I can't find the fountain pen. I've looked all through this desk.
Here it is, dear.
Mm-hmm.
You must have used it as a marker when you were reading this book. Let's see. This great literary classic, Six Ulch.
All right, never mind about my reading habits. Just look at the coverage we're going to get with this new auto accident policy.
Let's see. Yeah. Collision.
$50 deductible.
Fire, theft, public liability, property damage, medical benefits. In other words, we have complete coverage.
That's right. Of course, it's going to cost us money. I'm sending the company a check right now. Gee, it's too bad we don't live in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island? Why?
Oh, because then our rates would be lower. Rhode Island has less accidents per capita than any other state.
Oh. Well, which state has the highest?
Let me see. Here it is, Nevada. No, by golly, Nevada's second highest. Alaska has the most.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just too bad we can't eliminate traffic accidents completely. Not only would it save life and limb, but it'd be a lot less strain on the pocketbook.
Yeah, that's for sure. These automobile accident policies get more expensive every year, just because there's so many costly accidents.
Well, I'm glad we've got some good insurance coverage, Donald, but just remember one thing.
Oh, what's that, honey?
Well, some auto accidents ruin a fender, and some ruin a family.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
But as far as I'm concerned, I don't want any of your old insurance money. I want you here at home, safe and sound. You'll always drive carefully, won't you?
Yes, I will, dear.
That's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Double Trouble Matter.
By 9:30 the next morning at a cheap little motel on the north edge of Sarasota, I'd spent nearly an hour carefully questioning Henry Kingman, number one. And I was getting nowhere.
Obie O'Brien? Well, sure, Mr. Dollar. He was one of the kids I used to play with back in Elizabeth City. He and Bobby Tank.
Yeah?
You see the scar on my arm right here? That's where Obie hit me with a stick one time when we were playing caddy.
Yeah, I see.
If you know where Obie is these days, you ask him and he'll probably remember. Scared him to death. He thought he'd busted my arm.
Now, let's see. How about Miss Albertus?
Albertus?
Yes.
Gee, I don't remember any Miss Albertus.
Your Sunday school teacher there in Elizabeth City.
Listen, I was only 10 years old then, but I remember my Sunday school teacher real good. Her name was Miss Griswold, and she was, Look, are you trying to trick me or something?
Yes, I am. Because Henry...
Why don't you call me Hank? Everybody else does.
The fact remains, Hank, that one of you two claimants to the insurance is a phony.
Well, believe me, it's not me.
Everything you've told me about your childhood checks perfectly with the information I have.
Well, of course, Mr. Dollar.
Almost too perfectly. Listen, where did you live and go to school after the hurricane?
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't have much schooling.
Where did you live?
Mr. Dollar, I wandered around more than little Orphan Annie. All over North Carolina, then up north.
Did you live anywhere long enough to be, well, really be recognized as Henry Kingman?
I'm afraid I was just a bum. And all anybody ever knew me by was Hank.
You saw the ad about the unclaimed insurance in New York?
Yes, sir. I was working on the dock, stevedoring. Saw that ad in the Times. And I decided that if I had that much money coming to me and I could get a hold of it, why, maybe I could amount to something. Get an education, maybe, or, well...
Hank, all the insurance company has to go on is your memory. Or what you say is your memory of your childhood.
What I've told you is true, sir.
But if the other claimant comes up with the same kind of a story...
But he can't. Because, don't you see, sir, I'm really Henry Kingman. I've told you all about my father and the house and the hurricane and the people I knew, about what's happened to me since...
Yeah, I know.
It's because I am Henry Kingman.
Uh-huh. We'll see. I tried to trip him up in a dozen ways, but with no success. He had a logical, reasonable answer for every question about his past and present. As for not being able to produce anyone who could identify him as Henry Kingman, well, it was simply because of his rather aimless life spent wandering from city to city, never having any close friends because he chose to go it alone. He was a tall, well-built lad with a mop of blonde hair and clear blue eyes. And I must confess, I kind of liked him, his open frankness. But you know something? I could have been awfully wrong.
Although most men by nature don't feel in a combat mood much of the time, there are some who just can't get enough of a good fight, particularly if there is good, sound reason for it. In July 1900, when American fighting men were protecting the rights and liberty of their fellow countrymen during the Boxer Uprising, the battle was a furiously fought affair. Army Private Robert H. von Schlick, serving with Company C of the 9th United States Infantry Division, was in the thick of the fracas. Although he had been wounded previously while carrying a wounded comrade to a place of safety, he rejoined his command, which partly occupied an exposed position on a dike. Private von Schlick remained there after his company had been withdrawn, and in spite of the hail of bullets around him, single-handedly continued to fire into the enemy ranks. Oblivious to the fact that he was a conspicuous target, he refused to leave the fight until he was literally shot off his position by the enemy. Private Robert von Schlick earned the Medal of Honor for valiant devotion to duty and added heroic background to the code of conduct of American fighting men.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I got into the car that Earl Portman had loaned me and drove to the motel east of town to see Henry Kingman, number 2. Tall, dark, and well-dressed, he was terse and to the point. And he answered all my questions with the same ease and conviction as the other boy. In only one major respect did his story differ.
Oh, sir, I can't name you a single person who can identify me as who I really am, Henry Kingman. And for a very simple reason.
What's that, Hank?
It's Henry, Mr. Dollar. And the reason is that right after the hurricane, I was adopted by a family that just moved into nearby Bridgeton. Their name was McGovern, so I took their name. Go up to Bridgeton, ask them. Show them my picture, anything you like. They'll all tell you I'm Henry McGovern. Only my foster parents knew that I was really Henry Kingman.
Knew?
They both died about 7 years ago.
And they told nobody else who you really were?
No, not even the preacher. They'd wanted a son for years. Now they had a son. And they didn't want anyone to come along and take me away from them.
Then how did you find out that you're Henry Kingman? If you are.
I'll ignore that last part of your question, Mr. Dollar. They didn't tell me until my 21st birthday.
Bridgeton. Isn't that the little town up near Currituck that was completely destroyed by fire a couple of years ago?
Oh, yes, of course. I'd forgotten.
There isn't a living soul up there anymore.
Oh, but I'm sure a man like you could track down some of the people who live there.
Uh-huh. When were you last in Bridgeton?
I went up north right after my foster parents died. As I told you, I've been living and working in New York. Now, look here, Mr. Dollar.
Well?
Hasn't everything I've told you checked perfectly with what you know about my father, my childhood, everything? Hasn't everything I've told you proved to be true? Isn't it proof that I'm Henry Kingman?
There's only one trouble.
What's that?
You're not the only one who has that kind of proof.
Here, Johnny. Have some more of this baked sea trout.
No, thanks, sir.
Johnny, you've hardly touched a thing.
Yeah, I know, Gertrude. I'm sorry. I will have another cup of coffee, though.
Sure. So you haven't got very far in your investigation?
No, I'm afraid not.
I told you, Johnny, the stories of those two boys check out perfectly. Unless the information the company's been collecting for the last 20 years is all wrong.
But both of them can't be Henry Kingman, so one of them must be lying. But which one?
Well, suppose, just for example, that the blonde is Henry.
Yeah?
Then how would the other have got hold of all that information? Unless...
Well?
Do you suppose they've known each other sometime in the past? They certainly don't like each other. I mean, each other's being here.
I asked them, Earl, and they both deny having ever seen each other until they came here within a few hours of each other.
I didn't see the blonde boy, but the other came here to the house, and I just didn't like him. The dark-haired one, I mean.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah?
What is it, Johnny?
The description of the father in that folder. Excuse me.
Can I help you?
No, thanks. I got it right here.
Find it?
Hey, listen. Does Dr. Crutcher still live up the street?
Sure. Do you want me to drive you over?
No, thanks. I'll walk.
Johnny, what'd you find in
I'll
that
see you
folder?
later. Walking up that street, and there was no moon, turned out to be a big, fat mistake. In the first place, I almost bumped into a palm tree in front of the house. In the second place, I didn't see what stepped out from behind the next palm tree until it was too late. Huh? What do you want?
Times have changed, and so has the man. Through the ages, man has advanced both physically and mentally. Prehistoric man's concept of war and living was like that of an animal. His implements were crude, his knowledge simple. It was survival of the fittest. From his club and stones to bows and arrows and spears, from muskets and sabers to atomic rifles and missiles, man has progressed in the art of attack and defense. With each new phase, man's knowledge has developed. Today, the warrior, if he can be called such, is not a stone thrower, a bowman, or a swordsman. He's a technician who needs knowledge of all that science has developed. He's a sonar man, a radar man, a rifle man, or a torpedo man, a missile man, or a pilot. But whatever his job, he needs the skill and the technical know-how to do the job and do it well. Yes, times have changed, and so has the man.
And now, Act 4 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Decided maybe I'd better drive him over anyway, Doc. And that's when I found him lying out there by the palm tree.
Well, it's lucky you did, Earl, but I think these smelling salts will bring him around. Whoever attacked him must have seen you coming and...
Hold it. What the... What's this?
It's okay, Johnny.
Yeah, that one's Doc Crutcher. Who socked me?
You don't know, Johnny?
I sure don't. Oh, but, brother, I have a suspicion. A couple of them.
Here, Earl, I brought him a cup of good hot tea.
Tea? Sure. Get him a slug of brandy.
Oh, well, sure.
Only make it scotch. Good man, Doc.
You feel okay now?
Yeah. Earl, listen.
Yeah?
Get on the phone. Call the motels where those boys are staying. Tell them to get over here immediately.
Better still, I'll drive over and get him.
Meantime, Doc.
Yeah?
Here's your scotch, Johnny.
Thanks.
And if you want some more...
Just a minute, woman. Where's mine?
Oh, of course, Doc. I'm sorry.
Neglect me, huh?
Hey, listen, Doc. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
What about?
Heredity.
Heredity?
Yes.
Okay. Shoot.
All right. Just to keep things straight, I'll call you Hank.
Sure, Mr. Dollar.
And you I'll call Henry.
Well, it does happen to be my name.
Now, Earl tells me he found you both in Hank's motel just now.
That's right, sir.
Comparing notes?
I went over there to tell him that he's a phony. But if he doesn't get out of town...
Oh, sure. Hank, let me see your hands.
Huh? Oh, sure. Here, sir. What about them?
Look, Doc.
By golly, you're right.
Right about what, sir?
How did you bruise these knuckles?
Well, it was kind of clumsy, but my hand slipped trying to open one of the windows in that cheap motel.
Don't you believe it, Johnny. He's the one who...
Wait a minute. This one has a bruised knuckle, too.
Oh? Now, what's your excuse, Henry?
Well, you can believe it or not, suit yourself, but exactly the same thing happened to me.
What? You ask me, Johnny, they both attacked you.
On the other hand, Earl, they may both be telling the truth about this.
Of course it's the truth, sir. What did you mean about this?
I mean that at least one of you was lying about being the son of Albert Schuyler Kingman.
Well,
of course you did. I told you. All right. Just pipe down for a minute. I suddenly realized that the laws of heredity could solve this case a lot quicker than detective work.
What's heredity?
So I checked with Dr. Crutcher to make sure I was right. Then I checked descriptions of Henry Kingman's father and mother.
Did you, sir?
Both of them had brown hair and brown eyes.
So what?
Where both parents have identical color hair and eyes, any offspring will have the same. Hank, your hair is so blonde it's almost white, and your eyes are blue.
Now, Mr.
Henry,
Dollar.
your hair is almost black. Your eyes are also blue.
Now,
Henry,
Dollar.
you crazy fool. I told you this wouldn't work.
Crazy fool, huh? If you'd let me come here alone...
Yeah? Then you'd never have cut me in.
Of course, I got suspicious.
So I...
You get out of the way. I got here first, didn't I?
Well, how was I to know you were coming? Why didn't
All
you
right,
get up?
boys, all right.
No, it isn't all right, Dollar.
Come on now, put that thing
You
down.
make one move and I'll kill you. Come on, Hank. No. Go ahead and kill him. If you get No. Get back. Get back.
Johnny, you outdrew that Henry like... Wow.
Yeah. Take a look at what happened to Hank.
Huh?
Is everything all right, boys?
Holy... Gertrude, what did you hit him with?
Girl, I never did like that old bass anyhow.
Yeah, my heredity gag was just that, a gag. But it certainly brought things to a head in a hurry. How did they know so much about the real Henry Kingman? Well, listen. As soon as we locked them up, I called the National Press Services, had them put the story of this attempted fraud in the headlines all over the country. Result? A phone call from the head of an orphanage where the real Henry had been taken in as a child, where he still lived. And, yeah, the phonies were a couple of kids who'd run away from that orphanage after he'd palled around with them, told them all about himself. As for why they both appeared to make the claim, sure. Each of them saw the company's ad and tried to get in ahead of the other. Well, they're in all right. For a long time. Expense account total, including incidentals and fare back to Hartford, $178.70. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Vic Perrin, Sam Edwards, James McCallion, and Parley Bear. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cumberly speaking.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
It's time now for Johnny Dollar.
Hi there, Johnny. This here is Sidewinder Wilson.
Oh, well, what can I... Who did you say?
Sidewinder Wilson, you know, out here in Bumswung, Oklahoma.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean that old friend of Durango, Laramie Dalhart?
I sure do. Unless you've forgotten it, I'm the man that helped you find Durango that time he disappeared.
Sure, of course you did, Sidewinder. If it hadn't been for you, he'd never have found the old coat.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what's on your mind?
Well, if you should just happen to mosey out here to Bumspung, well, Johnny, I think I could show you something that'd make your eyes pop out all over your head.
Sidewinder, is this an insurance matter?
Now, you don't think I'd be calling on you if it wasn't, do you?
What's it all about?
Well, I'll tell you when you get here.
Well, now, Sidewinder,
I'll be waiting for you at Durango's ranch. So long, Johnny.
Well, now, wait a minute. Sidewinder.
Bob Bailey in the intriguing adventures of a man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
With your permission, we'd like to talk shop for just a moment. CBS Radio Shop. Recently, one of the foremost publications in the broadcasting field polled 465 critics and editors. The question, which radio network programs do you rate tops? When the answers from these 465 experts were tabulated, the final ratings were, to put it mildly, overwhelmingly one-sided. Total honors accorded CBS radio programs exceeded those of all the other networks combined. Let's put it another way. The final verdict of hundreds of critics, reviewers, and editors was that CBS Radio had more top shows than all other networks put together. CBS Radio was pleased, naturally, at the result of the poll, but not surprised. Great programming is no accident. It's long been a policy of this network to devote every effort to maintaining highest broadcast standards, to making sure CBS Radio listeners hear the best entertainment, the most authoritative information. Whatever listening fare is for you, you can be sure you're hearing the best when you're tuned to CBS Radio. And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Fairweather Friend matter. All of Durango's insurance was handled by Floyd's of England, so that would have to be the company that Sidewinder was talking about. Expense account item one, $1.20 for a taxi to Floyd's headquarters in Hartford in the office of George Reed.
Well, this is a switch, Johnny. You're coming here.
George, I just got a call from that town out in Oklahoma with the unlikely name of Bum Spung.
The old Indian name, I understand. It means bad spring, bad water.
Yeah, it was from a friend of Durango Laramie Dalhart's, an old character by the name of Sidewinder Wilson.
You know, of course, that Durango was here a few days ago.
Here in Hartford, and he didn't drop in to see me?
He dropped in to pay the $4,500 premium on that insurance he carries for the benefit of his niece, Carol Dalhart. He must think an awful lot of that girl.
Yeah? Well, who wouldn't?
What?
George, that Carol's a living doll. If I were ever to think seriously of getting married, well, believe me.
Well, what's the hitch? Does old Durango object?
Object? Far from it. Hey, tell me, did he pay off that premium in the usual brand new $100 bill?
Yes, and as usual, he peeled them off a roll that was big enough to choke a horse. Johnny, why that man carries so much cash around with him? Now, what did this fellow Wilson call you about?
Sidewinder wouldn't tell me.
Well, now, wait. There was a robbery-murder case out there a while back in the little town of Fairweather.
Oh?
That's a few miles north of Enid, Oklahoma.
What happened?
Well, it was the messenger carrying some negotiable securities to the small bank there in Fairweather.
Ah, you get stuck for insurance on both the man and the securities?
Only on the messenger. The securities were returned.
By whom?
Well, neither the bank nor the police out there ever found out.
Funny. Do you suppose that's what Sidewinder called me about?
Well, there's only one way to find out, Johnny.
Which is to say that Floyd's of England will pay my expenses.
Well, now, within reason, of course.
Huh?
Well, why kid about it, Johnny? That freewheeling expense account of yours.
George, you sound as though you don't trust me.
Well, of course I do.
Oh? Well, you shouldn't.
Huh?
George, I'll be in touch. Expense account item 2, 9730, transportation. The plane dropped me off at Enid, Oklahoma, shortly after 6 p.m. Item 3, $2 even for some food. Item 4, a $50 deposit on a drive-your-own car. I drove north on Highway 81 then, after some 27 miles and after crossing the Salt Fork of the Arkansas, which, much to my surprise, had a trickle of water in it, I turned left on the rough dirt road leading to Bum Spung. Finally, there it was. The same 2 or 3 acres of poor, barren, sandy soil. The ramshackle house and the remains of a barn, leaning tiredly on the timbers that helped to prop it up. And out in front were the same 2 sad-looking cows, the old and weather-beaten horse, a friendly, mangy, toothless hound who shook himself as he got up out of the dust and proceeded to assert his authority. And I still couldn't figure why Durango, who was worth millions in oil royalties, had ever chosen to settle down in this lonely, desolate spot. And yet, thanks to Carol, his attractive niece, the inside of that huge, unpainted house was clean, modern, well-furnished. I wondered if Carol would show up, but I saw no sign of the sleek convertible she always drove. Swinging open the sagging wire gate, I wondered if the agent Maxwell, parked at one side, belonged to Sidewinder Wilson. I didn't have to wonder for long. Hey, you crazy old coot!
Yippee!
Sidewinder! What the Sam Hill's the matter with you?
Welcome to Bum Johnny.
Oh, listen, you wild old character. Put that thing down or I'll start throwing some lead around myself.
With that little 38 lemon squeezer of yours?
Why, you...
No, sir, Sonny. You wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, now, what's the big idea?
Well, I just wanted to show you that when Durango leaves me in charge of his ranch, he leaves it in good hands. And also, I wanted you to feel real welcome around here.
Yeah.
Now, how are you, Johnny boy?
Well, still in one piece, no thanks to you. The crazy way you and Durango have of making somebody feel welcome around here. Where is he, by the way?
Well, first he went to Hartford to pay up on his insurance. Then he flew down to Washington.
Oh, what for?
Well, to pay up on his income taxes. Wanted to make sure he got them in the right hands.
Well, now, he didn't have to go to Washington for that.
Well, he figures it makes it easier that way. He just carries along a big bundle of money and lets them take whatever they think is right.
Oh, no. Now, listen, Sidewinder.
Yeah?
Did you call me in connection with that bank messenger who was killed down in Fairweather?
That's right, Johnny.
I understand the securities he carried were returned to the bank.
Yes, sir. They were sealed up in a big envelope and laid on the front doorstep of that bank. And what I figure, Johnny...
You figure that if I can find out who sent him back the securities, I'll have a lead on the killer.
That's right. And, Johnny, I know who sent them back.
You do?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Well, who, Sidewinder?
Me, Johnny.
What?
Yes, sir. Me.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Are you going to write that letter today or put it off until tomorrow, or maybe the day after? How about that spring suit you plan to have altered? Will you take it to the tailor tomorrow morning bright and early, or will the week somehow glide by while the suit just hangs on in your closet? If you're a confessed procrastinator, you're not unique. The putting off habit can be mild or chronic, but some matters, serious matters, are highly dangerous to assign to manana. One of the most important of these is getting protection from crippling, killing polio. When life-saving Salk vaccine was first introduced in 1955, it was hailed as a major medical discovery. Yet at the beginning of this current year, some 98 million Americans, the majority of our population, had not received even one inoculation. Why had all these people failed to take the simple measures necessary to gain protection from polio? If you were among them, this year, don't take a chance. Don't put off those polio shots any longer. Get in touch with your family doctor or local health department right away. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Fairweather Friend Matter.
Come on in the house, Johnny, and I'll tell you about it.
Now, just let me get this straight, Sidewinder.
Huh?
The bank messenger down there in Fairweather was held up and murdered.
Yeah?
The securities he carried were stolen by the killer. Then they were returned to the bank.
That's right. And I'm the one who returned them.
Sidewinder, you... Now, look. Don't tell me that you're the one.
Me? You think that I'm the one that killed that messenger?
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what you were thinking, ain't it?
Well, you said yourself that whoever returned those securities...
I said whoever left them back at the bank. Now, just you stand real still, Johnny.
Oh, come on now. Put that thing down, Sidewinder.
And don't you move none.
Look, would you listen to me?
And maybe you even better stop talking, or that Sidewinder rattlesnake coming toward you might take it into his head to... Easy now.
Oh, yeah. I can hear him.
Easy now, whilst I get a bead on him with this study. There you be. Right in one eye, not t'other. And I'll just cut off his rattles and add them to my collection.
Oh, brother, thanks. No wonder they called you Sidewinder.
Yeah. That's the 427th rattle so I've taken off these varmints. I just don't like them, Johnny. They ain't like Diamondback. These sidewinders around here will sneak up on a man. Just like that dirty snake that killed the bank messenger. And you know why he done it, Johnny?
You still haven't told me who he is.
It was to collect that insurance on him, that's who.
Oh?
Yes, sir. The man that killed him was his hair. What you call his beneficiary.
How do you know, Sidewinder?
Because I lived on the Fairweather. That is, when I ain't up here looking after Durango's place.
Yeah?
And that's how come I knowed that Claude Needles, that was the messenger, left his insurance to that no-count nephew of his and that Barney Gifford. Sit down.
Barney Gifford, huh?
Yeah. So what I done was talk it over with Durango and Carol Dalhart.
Where is Carol, Sidewinder?
I've been waiting for you to ask that, Johnny. Oh, she'll be around.
Good.
You're kind of sweet on her, ain't you?
Wow.
Nah, don't you try to fool me, Johnny boy. And you know how she feels about you, too. And if you don't think Durango knows, well, I'll tell you this.
You say you talked it over with her.
I'll tell you this, Johnny. Durango finds that you've been out here and went back to Hartford without hitching up with Carol.
Sidewinder, would you...
Well, I'll tell you this. He's liable to shotgun you into it if he catches you around here.
Oh.
And don't you try to tell me you wouldn't like being married to her, too.
Sidewinder.
Okay. So anyhow, me and Durango and Carol.
Carol!
Hi, Johnny. Oh, glad to see you.
Carol, I'm glad to see you.
Oh, then don't you stand there. Give me a kiss.
Oh, you think I need an engraved invitation? Come here. Oh, hiya.
Oh, don't stop, Johnny. It's been a long time.
If Durango could see this.
Oh, drop that, Sidewinder.
Yes, sir. He'd have that shotgun out so fast.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's been an awful long time, Johnny.
Oh, too long.
I thought you were never coming back here.
I'm here.
Uh-huh. So let's make up for lost time.
Oh, why not?
Oh, come on now. Come on, you kid.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Johnny, don't you want to hear the rest of what I was... Now, look here. If you don't cut loose from each other there, you know what I'll do. I'll walk right out of here, and I'll go back to Fairweather. And I'll send a telegram to old Durango, and I'll tell him you two are making out like this all alone inside of his house. And if that don't bring him out here to get you two married...
Oh, why don't you mind your own business?
Well, I tell
you old goat. Why don't you go somewhere and get lost?
Well, that's it. I'm going right down to Fairweather and send him a telegram.
No. Just settle down there, Sidewinder.
I'll settle down, Johnny, with you anytime, any place.
Oh, Carol, you're the only girl I know who makes me wish sometimes I was the marrying kind. But now listen.
I'll bet I can make you the marrying kind, Johnny. You like to give me a chance, huh?
Well, that settles it. I'm leaving right now.
No, you aren't, Sidewinder.
Oh, let him go.
Let's just be sensible for a minute, will
I
you?
was trying to, Johnny.
I mean about this murder case.
And when we finish talking about it?
We'll see.
Well, then let me tell you about it. It won't take me so long. And Sidewinder, you stop making those silly eyes or I'll let you have one right between them.
Well, I still think I ought to leave.
So do I. But as long as you're already... Well, listen, Johnny.
I'm listening.
When Mr. Needles was killed, Sidewinder wanted them to make him a cop down there in Fairweather.
Or even just a deputy, so as I could go out and hunt for that killer. Claude Needles was a friend of mine.
But the police said no, they didn't need him, didn't want him.
So that made me sure.
So we talked it over about who could ever do a thing like that.
And that's when I remembered Barney Gifford would get the money from Claude's insurance.
So I told Sidewinder I'd have a date with Barney, and that would give him a chance to go through Barney's house and look for the security.
And I found him, Johnny, under a loose board in the floor.
Yes.
So when he come home, I lassoed him, and I tied him up, and I took him and locked him up in the tool shed on my place.
You didn't turn him over to the police?
Oh, the chief in that little old hick town told Sidewinder that if he interfered in the case, he'd lock him up.
That's what he said.
Well, look, nevertheless,
and that's when Durango, just before he left to go to Hartford, always has to be there right on time, you know, with that insurance payment.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's when Durango said to call you up on the phone.
Yeah. Sidewinder.
Huh?
I thought that was your idea.
No, Durango's. And also for getting Johnny out here to see you again.
What?
Why, sure.
Well, who does Durango think he is trying to run my life that way? What kind of a trick is that to pull on? Just you wait until he gets back here.
Is that my cue to leave these parts, Carol?
Well, it certainly... Oh, no, of course not, Johnny, but... Well...
All right, now. Sidewinder, where is this Barney Gifford?
Locked up in my tool shed.
Well, who's looking after him?
Old Pete Whaley, I told him not to let on to the police.
You sure he can handle a man like Gifford?
Oh, yes, Sidewinder.
Well, I don't see why
Hey,
not.
look, maybe we'd better drive on down there.
Well, sure, but wait till I answer that phone. It's probably Durango saying to hold on to you, Johnny. He's probably on his way.
If that's Durango, you tell him I've left.
Hello?
Now, you don't mean that, Johnny. I bet Durango really would make you marry me.
Oh,
Would that be
Carol.
so bad? Johnny.
Johnny. Carol.
Oh, why don't you stay on that... Sidewinder, what's the matter?
Listen, that was old Pete.
Yeah?
Barney got loose. Like to kill old Pete.
Oh, no.
And now Barney's coming here. Coming for me. To kill me.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi, drink light, refreshing Pepsi, stay young and fair and debonair, be sociable, have a Pepsi.
When friends drop in, let your hospitality show you're sociable in the modern manner. Pepsi, you know, is the favorite of the smart and young at heart.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi, drink light, refreshing Pepsi, stay young and fair and debonair, be sociable, have a Pepsi.
Have you tried a Pepsi lately? And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Okay, then. If Barney Gifford's coming here, we'll be ready for him. We'll... Sidewinder, you aren't afraid of him, are you?
He's a bad one, Johnny.
But if Sidewinder was able to subdue him before...
Well, I caught him off guard, Johnny. He didn't have no gun then, but he has now. He took old Pete.
And Barney's a deadly shot. It's the only good thing you can say about him.
And don't you see, it's dark outside now. If we stay around here inside the house, we'll be like a flock of sitting ducks.
Yeah, but I don't think we'll stay inside.
You mean we'll just run away from him?
No. How long ago did he get away from Pete?
Well, Pete says it was more than an hour ago.
Then we haven't any time to waste.
What are you going to do, Johnny?
I know what you're going to do, Carol.
Yes?
Get out of here. Go on back to Enid. Tell the police. By the time they can get up here, Sidewinder and I will either have things under control or, well, then they can take over.
Why don't you phone the police?
Because I'm telling you to go on down there.
You're just trying to get me away from here, aren't you?
That's right.
No, Johnny. I can shoot just as good as you and Sidewinder, and there's plenty of guns in the back room.
No, Carol, that doesn't make any difference.
You think I'm going to leave you here with a killer after old Sidewinder, and if Barney finds you with him, he'll try to kill you,
Carol,
too.
will you just...
I won't go, Johnny. I won't leave you.
Okay. We're just wasting time. I haven't seen any car lights out on the road, but that doesn't mean that...
That's right, mister. It doesn't mean a thing.
Damn.
The front door had been pushed open by the barrel of a high-powered rifle that slowly fanned the three of us. I knew that if I made a move to draw my handgun, if Sidewinder took a step toward his .30-30 on the table, and if Barney was the excellent shot that Carol said he was.
All right. Put your hands up and come walking out this door.
Listen, Barney Gifford...
Do like I say.
Come on, Carol. Sidewinder.
Come on, don't try anything.
All right, Barney.
Not so brave now that I got the advantage, are you, Sidewinder?
All right. If you got to kill somebody, kill me. You leave them alone.
Now that they know all about me? No, sir. I'm going to kill all of you like I killed old Pete. Now, stop.
You keep your dirty hands off of me, you...
Keep them up, Carol. So you're not carrying a gun. I know that Sidewinder never carries it. But you do, don't you, mister? Thanks. And I think I'll use it to kill you. So if you want to put your hands down to pray...
Well, Sidewinder.
Yes, Johnny?
You think maybe this is retribution for that killing you did today?
Killing, Johnny?
Yeah, when I first got here. You remember.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about, mister. But I'm not going to waste any time.
Barney,
Shut up, Carol. You're going to go first.
All right, now listen, Gifford.
Then you, mister. And last of all, Sidewinder. Huh? What's that?
It's a snake. It's a rattler. It's back of you, Sidewinder.
No. It's over next to Barney.
Where? I can't see it. Where is it? I'll kill it. Where is it?
Right here.
Oh. But that snake...
Oh, thanks, Sidewinder.
I'm sure glad I saved these rattles, Johnny.
What?
Yeah, so am I.
But I never would have remembered them if you hadn't reminded me about killing that snake.
You know something? I hated to leave that place. To leave Carol is what I really mean. But there was another phone call. Sidewinder answered it. And yep, it was from Durango, phoning from Enid. Durango was so tickled to learn I was still around that he promised to come out to the ranch as fast as he could.
Yes, sir, just as soon as he can pick up the preacher.
Sidewinder.
Well, much as I love that gal. Well, expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford and mileage on the rental car, $203.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Be careful. You're going to land in a bathtub.
Who's driving this flying saucer, you or me?
Well, what do you see?
Oh, germs. Millions and millions of germs.
Sure. Here on Earth, disease, germs, and viruses live in bathrooms.
Wait, here comes a lady. She's putting a dash of Lysol in with those suds, and she's mopping the floor. Wow! Look at those germs and viruses drop dead.
Boy, are you stupid. I thought all Martians knew that Lysol brand disinfectant kills disease, germs, and many deadly viruses on contact. Disinfects from one cleaning to the next as nothing else can.
That's right. I remember my 7 grandmothers saying Lysol makes your favorite cleaner work better, including many that claim to sanitize.
I'm sorry you learned to speak English by listening to commercials.
And Lysol comes in regular or pine fragrance for as little as 29 cents.
How much is that in Martian money?
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week? Well, getting away from Durango Laramie Dalhart isn't as easy as you might think. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Junius Matthews, G. Stanley Jones, James McCallion, and Bill James. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cumberly speaking.
Suspense is next over the CBS Radio Network.
WROW, Albany, New York. 10, 10, 10. Yes, 10 hours of price-shattering bargains at Henry S. Mantell Furniture, 343 River Street, Troy. This merchandise must be sold at once, at savings to you of up to 87%. Mantell's was unable to extend their Latham store lease, so the stock from the Latham store has been moved to Mantell's main store in Troy. Save on famous brand merchandise, Haywood Wakefield, Kraler, Simmons, Norge, Motorola, and many more. Buy a $339.95 two-piece living room suite for $199.95. Or a $34.95 famous Make Inner Spring mattress for $17.88. Or a modern bedroom set, regularly $259.95, now $139.95. This tremendous sale at Henry S. Mantell Furniture begins Monday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., and Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. The store will be closed during the day to mark down merchandise and arrange stock. Remember, there's no money down at Henry S. Mantell Furniture, 343 River Street, Troy.
Johnny Dollar.
Come on back, Johnny.
What?
I said come on back here is all.
Well, why not? Only where and who's that?
The where is here in Corpus Christi, and this is Jack Price.
Jackson. Haven't you had enough of me lately?
Sure we have, but that's beside the point.
Now, wait a minute, Jack.
Well?
Don't tell me you and Doug Johnstone have finally found that old Spanish treasure we were all looking for last week.
No, thanks. And I thought we made it plain we've had our fill of that caper.
Seriously, Johnny,
Yeah.
what happened to us out there on Padre Island kind of proves a point, doesn't it?
That in this world of ours, you simply don't get something for nothing?
Right. And sometimes when you try to, you may lose everything. Like young Jose Pineda lost his life.
Yeah. Jackson, from here on, I'm perfectly willing to work for what I need and want. Now that we've got the lecture on philosophy over and done with,
How'd you like to take on another case down here?
why not? As long as you're willing to pay the old expense account.
Well, of course.
Without questions or checking it over too carefully.
Oh, hold it.
Plus, of course, a nice big fat extra fee.
Hello, operator.
Operator?
Must be a wrong connection. The man I was talking to was that fine, generous, self-sacrificing, do-it-for-nothing gentleman by the name of Johnny Dollar.
Do it for nothing?
Okay, that do-nothing gentleman.
That's more like it.
Seriously, Johnny.
Yes, seriously.
Come on down here, will you? Right away.
What's up?
The makings of an international incident, maybe.
Oh, you better call in the U.S. Marines.
Be serious, will you?
Well, who's kidding?
I'm afraid one of my clients is mixed up in the narcotics racket. And you know what that could mean.
That he's not long for this world.
That's right. Unless you can straighten things out for him.
Narcotics, huh? It sounds like a big order.
Don't kid yourself, Johnny. It is. And it could be kind of dangerous. Well?
You know something, Jackson?
Yeah?
When somebody calls me in on a case that's supposed to be a lead pipe cinch, I always nearly get my head shot off, like last week.
Yeah?
So maybe this one that looks kind of big and dangerous, well, who knows? Maybe this will turn out to be a lead pipe cinch.
Well, don't bank on it.
Oh, I won't. But why not give it a try? I'll grab a plane that'll get me down there first thing tomorrow morning.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company Corpus Christi office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the wrong doctor matter. Expense account item 1, shortly after midnight, $132.21. That's for a taxi out to Bradley Field and a plane ticket to Corpus Christi, Texas. As promised, I arrived early in the morning. Too early for Jack Price's office to be open, and there was no sign of him around the airport. So item 2 is $3 for a cab to the Robert Driscoll, where I grabbed some breakfast. That's item 3, $1.30. Then went up to my room, unpacked my bag, showered, shaved. Johnny Dollar.
Jack Price, Johnny. I thought you might have signed in there at the hotel.
Well, after all, Jackson, if you weren't up early enough to meet me at the airport.
Oh, I've been up all right and down at the office. Now, this thing is even harder than I thought it would be.
Oh?
Yeah, you see, this client, his name is Julio Olvera.
Sounds Mexican.
He is.
Now, go on.
Julio worked the shrimp boats, down the Mexican coast, and they dumped their catch off here.
Yeah, so?
Well, one of them started hauling narcotics up here, heroin. Much easier than smuggling it across the border on land. Now, Julio happened to be on board, so the judge gave him 3 years in the clink. But now he's out again.
And back in the dope racket?
Not if he can help it, Johnny. I'm sure of it.
Not if he can help it?
Right. But I got a call from his girlfriend, Consuelo Diaz. Real nice little girl who used to work here in this office.
Uh-huh.
And according to her, well, anyhow, I promised her I'd send for you. Because, Johnny, what's happened is this.
I'm listening.
Only wait, why try to explain it over the phone?
That's right. You're only a few blocks away.
Right, so come on over here at the office. I'll give you the whole story.
Right.
Okay.
Now, let's see. I better take along the old 38 lemon squeezer. And I'm sure I put my hat somewhere. There we are. Now, off to the races, Johnny. Yes?
Room service.
Room service?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, you must have made some mistake.
There's no mistakes in your dollar.
Isn't the silencer on that thing just a bit corny in this day and age?
Back up so I can come in and close the door.
Well, sure, as long as you hold the gun and with that chambermaid coming down the hall.
I sit inside.
Never let it be said that Johnny Dollar isn't the perfect host.
Try and trick me, huh? You may be pretty big. Too big for you, senor.
Oh, my goodness. What's happened? What's happened here?
My friend, he hurt himself.
But I thought I heard a shot.
No, he fell against the door. He hurt himself very bad.
Oh, my goodness.
See, you go on downstairs. You get the doctor, eh?
Oh, yes, I surely will. I'll get the doctor right away.
Yes, pronto. And by the time the doctor he arrive here, Senor Dollar, you will be very dead.
Flies through the breeze, hanging by her knees, up on the high trapeze. But first may we suggest a 7-Up you test. Its fresh, clean taste is best. Come be Louise's guest. No time to waste. You'll love that fresh, clean taste. As you fresh up with 7-Up, your thirst is quickly chased. The curtain's going up, so bring your 7-Up. And we will watch Louise swing on the high trapeze. Oh, she knows how to chill you. She really loves to thrill you. But what she likes best when it's time to rest is sparkling 7-Up. What did you say? For the very best when it's time to rest, fresh up with 7-Up.
I learned it a long time ago. When you're as outmatched as I was by this big Mexican gorilla, you play it smart if you want to stay alive. Which explains why I let that glancing blow of his send me to the floor with my knees pulled up against my belly. After the chambermaid left as he closed the door and leveled his gun at me.
And by the time the doctor he arrive here, Senor Dollar, you will be very dead.
I kicked out with all I had. The gun flew out of his hand across the floor, but he left it lay there and turned on me. He was big and he was tough, but that kick in the stomach had slowed him down a little. I caught him with a hard left that staggered him, but only for a second. He came back at me with a chair and everything else he could pick up and swing or throw at me. I tried to get inside of those long, powerful arms to work on his midsection and maybe open him up for a blow to the chin, but he just hung on.
I kill you.
He locked my arms to my sides, and grabbing his hands behind my back with his powerful arms, he started to squeeze.
I break you in two.
And a terrible pressure against my ribs and against my spine. I wondered how long before my bones would...
Hey, what's going on in there? Open up.
He's killing him.
Open up in there.
Break down the doors. I break you.
Open up.
Here, I've got a key.
A key? Well, give it to me. What's the matter with you?
Here you are.
That's too late. Looks like I got here too late.
You mean he's dead? Oh, I knew it. I knew something was wrong here.
And now, maybe... Let me see now.
That's why I got you instead of the doctor. You being the house detective and all. I just...
Wait a minute. Where's the man who did this to him? You said it was a big fella?
Look, hiding there behind the door.
That's right, senor. Oh.
Now, just take it easy, Johnny. The doctor says you've got a rest. Take it easy.
Oh, hi, Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack.
That's right. Now, another little sip of this brandy the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Lie still, you bum. Here, take a slug of this.
Oh, brother, what a reception committee you have in this town.
According to the chambermaid, she smelled trouble and brought the house stick up here. Well, it looks like your reception committee must have been Hernandez.
Hernandez?
Diego Hernandez. When we met you out there at the airport, I didn't dream that Hernandez might find out about your coming here.
Oh. Who is he, Jack?
Well, you remember I mentioned Julio Olvera to you over the phone?
Oh, yeah, the one who was just out of the pen.
Yeah. Hernandez was skipper of that shrimp boat. Mm-hmm. He was the one who was running the heroin up here from somewhere in Mexico. As you know, that could mean from somewhere way to the south or from just barely across the border.
Yeah, I know.
But more important, Hernandez is the one who was never caught. He skipped across the border and disappeared.
I see.
But then Consuelo, that's young Julio's girl, and Johnny, She's the one who convinced me that Julio is on the up and up, keeping his nose clean. You got it all straight now, Johnny?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, she's the one who called me. She'd found out somehow that Diego Hernandez was here in town again. And that's when I called you in Hartford.
And you didn't tell the police?
Yeah, no, I should have.
Well, sure you should have. Probably the Narcotics Bureau, too.
Well, they all know it now, of course. You see, when you didn't come to the office and I came over here and found out what had happened to you...
What about the girl, Consuelo?
Well, she was afraid, and I don't blame her, that Hernandez had come here to get young Julio.
Why?
Because it was his testimony in court 3 years ago that put the finger on Diego Hernandez and his drug racket.
Oh, I see.
Anyhow, early this morning, she called me again. Hernandez had been out there to see her to try and make her tell him where he could find Julio.
And did she?
No. In spite of Diego's claim that he only wanted Julio in on a business deal, which, of course, is exactly what she didn't do.
What's the matter?
Of course.
What?
She must have been the one who told Hernandez you were coming here. You know, in the hope it would scare him off.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Consuelo, whatever your name is.
Yeah. But the point is this, Johnny. And darn it, I forgot to tell the police, but they'll be coming here any minute now to talk with you about this attack. I'll tell them then.
Tell them what, Jack?
Consuelo had no way of warning young Julio. He's been out of town, coming back this morning. He'll be stopping by to see Consuelo. But if Hernandez goes back there and finds him there, heaven help him.
Come on, Jackson. We got...
Now, you stay in that bed, Johnny. Now, take it easy.
What's the matter with you? We got to get to Julio and that girl before he does, if we're not too late already.
Well, Johnny, when the police come...
Will you stop wasting time and help me get into my clothes?
But the police are on their way up here now, right now.
Look, we'll leave them a note or something, that's all.
Well, like I said, Johnny, I haven't yet told them about Consuelo and Julio
Jackson,
and...
over there at the desk. You write him a note while I finish dressing, and don't waste any time about it. Consuelo's little house was way out at the edge of town, in a very sparsely populated area. I knew the minute that we pulled up in front of it that we'd got there too late. The front door was wide open. Inside was still the smell of cordite from that pistol with the silencer on it. Yeah, Diego Hernandez had got there first, all right, and done his job well. Too well. In the doorway lay the body of young Julio. Just one well-aimed bullet must have killed him instantly. The little Consuelo, young, pretty, dark-haired Consuelo, was still alive. And she tried to drag herself to the phone on a nearby table, but she just lay there gasping, barely out of reach of it. While Jackson called the police and a doctor, I carried her into the bedroom, and I went to work with a couple of wet towels and a bottle of tequila that I'd found. Then, finally...
No. It is no use, senor.
Oh, now, sure it is, Consuelo. Sure it is. You're going to be all right. The doctor will be here in a couple of minutes, and he'll get that bullet out of your back.
No. With my Julio gone, I do not want to leave now.
Consuelo, come on now. Now listen to me. Listen. Tell me, what was it Hernandez, Consuelo? Was it Diego Hernandez who did this?
See, I want my Julio to help him again.
He wanted him to help him in the heroin racket again.
See, to go with him, to help him.
To go with him where, Consuelo? Consuelo, listen to me. Did Hernandez tell you where he's operating? Where?
Doctor.
No, you mustn't worry. The doctor will be here.
No.
Where will we find Hernandez?
I tell you.
That's right, Consuelo. That's right. Tell me.
Dr. Velasquez.
Maybe it'll be Dr. Velasquez, but please, Consuelo. Where will I find Hernandez? Where, Consuelo?
I said.
Yes?
Dr. Velasquez.
Consuelo, I know the doctor is on his way. You must tell me, where has Hernandez gone?
Doctor.
Consuelo, try. Consuelo.
It's okay, Johnny. The cops and Dr. Parker are on their way.
Parker?
Yeah, so we could... Oh. Is she...
Yeah.
Too bad. She was a pretty little thing.
She sure was.
Could she give you any lead on Diego Hernandez?
No, I'm afraid she didn't make very much sense, Jackson, before. Wait a minute, maybe she did.
What?
Maybe she did. The next 15 hours, I spent down at police headquarters working with a young Sergeant Ortiz, trying to locate a Dr. Velasquez there in Corpus Christi. There in any city on the Gulf Coast, anywhere in Texas even. We must have run up a phone bill of several $100s, but it was no go.
Sí, gracias. Muchas gracias.
Nothing again, Sergeant?
Nothing, sir. Again.
Well, unless this map here is lying, we have covered every single town this side of the Mexican border. Look at it. I've circled them all.
I know. But if he went to a Dr. Velasquez and the girl was sure of it...
Of course, down in Mexico, a name like that is probably as... Wait a minute.
What is it, Mr. Dollar?
Of course she told us where he is. Here, right in front of our noses on this map. Look, Sergeant, don't you see it?
Yes.
Only about 50 miles below the border.
And others here, other towns also named after people. Here, you see? Here's one called General Bravo. Here's Dr. Gonzalez, Dr. Cos. Little town.
The one we care about is this one, Sergeant. The town they call Dr. Velasquez.
Yes?
And of course, that's where he works his racket. Right there below the border in Dr. Velasquez. Okay, Sergeant.
Yeah, but Mr. Dollar, by the time the necessary contact can be made with the policia down there, by the time the necessary papers can be drawn up, and look, here it is such a small town on just a little side road, and in such a desert country.
Oh, it's all the better. That means if I take things into my own hands, there'll be nobody around to interfere.
You would go down there alone, without the authorization?
After what Hernandez did? The attack on me, 2 murders, and heaven only knows how many people he's killed with this filthy heroin.
You are right. But he has had such a start on you in a fast car, even now he could be well across the border.
All the better. It's down there in that wasteland that I'm just dying to meet him. And if I'm lucky, maybe I can get down there ahead of him.
But how?
Yeah, I'll be waiting for him at the town of Dr. Velasquez.
But how can you? And the day, it is getting late, Mr. Dollar.
Sergeant, whatever I may do from here on out, you know something? It's none of your business.
You are right. It's none of my business.
Good.
I know nothing.
Good. If only I knew somebody around here with a light plane I could charter and no questions asked. I mean, if you should just happen to have a friend or a friend of a friend. Of course, you don't know what I'm thinking of, but...
Oh, no, of course not. But, why don't we go out to my squad car and take a little ride, huh? It's a beautiful afternoon, huh?
Let's go, Sergeant. That little single-engine plane was a beauty. Incidentally, item 4 on the expense account is $250 to that friend of a friend. It was getting late, though, and I opened the throttle wide, flying a rather erratic course in the hope I wouldn't be intercepted crossing the border. Luckily, I wasn't. Then, with only a highway map to guide me, and believe me, the sun was getting mighty low now, I finally found the place I was looking for. The so-called town of Dr. Velasquez wasn't even a crossroads. It was just a handful of ramshackle buildings out there in the middle of the desert, some 20 miles north of the nearest decent piece of highway. Along the rough dirt road leading to it was a bare space where, by wrestling the controls a bit, I managed to set down. Then I taxied carefully onto that road, blocking it off. Why? Because in the last rays of the sun, I'd seen a cloud of dust that said there was a car on the road heading my way. Hernandez? I hope so. If not, I'd simply have to stay there and wait for him. Or rather, stay nearby in a clump of mesquite. It was Hernandez, all right. And as the headlights picked up the plane, barring his way...
Just hold everything, Hernandez. And don't reach for that gun.
You again?
That's right. Keep him up over your head.
What are you doing out here?
What's your guess?
I will kill you, Senor Dollar. Like I meant to kill you before.
Sorry. This time I have the gun on you.
It will do you no good.
Turn around. Keep those hands up in the air.
I will kill you. Remember that.
Aren't you getting a little tired of killing? This gun of yours will be a nice souvenir. Thanks.
So, you have what you call the advantage, eh?
That's right.
But not for long.
Well, we'll see about that. All right, put your hands down slowly. Put them behind your back.
You're not afraid to let me lower the hands, eh?
Do it, but slowly.
Very well. But it gives me the chance, senor. The one chance.
Yes, for what?
Have you never heard of the gun in the sleeve?
No, you don't.
No, I kill you.
Why don't I ever learn to frisk one of these punks before I let him lower his hands? Next time I might not be so lucky. Well after dark when I finally got us back to Corpus Christi, and I had quite a time landing in the small private field from which I'd borrowed the plane. Sergeant Ortiz, of course, denied any knowledge of the whole thing, but I noticed the landing lights were on and waiting for me, and also by pure coincidence, a young fellow from the narcotics squad just happened to be there to meet me. Nor did he suggest that I might have picked up my prisoner anywhere but this side of the border. Just the same, Jackson, maybe it wouldn't hurt to keep this report under wraps for a while. Expense account total, including board and room, and the trip home, $532.40. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
If you ever suffer a touch of arthritis or rheumatism, and you've never tried Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub, you can't know how good its deep heating action can make you feel. As you massage it into painful areas, you feel its deep heating action. You know relief is on its way. Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub is an extra strong combination of active ingredients for safe, temporary relief of minor arthritic rheumatic pain. Use greaseless, stainless Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub often. Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, 1 murder, 3 suspects, and each of them with plenty of reason, plenty of opportunity. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Ralph Camargo as Diego, Bob Dryden as the sergeant, Deli Sonnenberg as Consuelo, Lawson Zerby as the voice, Maurice Tarplin as Price, and Hilda Haynes as the maid. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Stuart Metz speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Paul Ferris here.
Ferris.
That's right.
And where is here?
New York City.
Oh, yeah, Worldwide Mutual Insurance.
Right.
Well, hi, Paul. I haven't talked to you since that little problem with Tony Valentine.
Well, then you remember him.
Are you kidding? When that little punk found out I was on his trail, he made a lot of big talk about getting me before I could get him.
Yeah, I know,
When
Johnny.
I finally turned him over to the police there in your fair city, he started making with the threats all over again. But as long as he's safely behind the bars now,
he was,
why worry
Johnny,
about him? What's the... What did you say?
I said Tony Valentine was behind bars, but a few days ago, he and a con named Sandy Reinhardt broke out of that little upstate prison.
No kidding.
A couple of nights ago, they pulled a red light robbery on a dark side street right here in the middle of the city.
Tony's old racket, huh?
Yeah. And to top things off, they pulled a gun and killed the driver of the car they'd stopped. A man named Barton Osborne.
Tony Valentine is not a killer.
Well, one of them did it.
Well, why call on me, Paul? Isn't this a police matter?
Osborne is, or was, one of our policy holders.
Oh, I see.
A policy for close to $75,000. So when the heirs tell us to get on the ball, we get on the ball. Also, Johnny, since you know Valentine, you know his tricks, how to handle him.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Two's a Crowd matter. So Tony Valentine, one of the original red light bandits, was on the loose again. The case I thought I'd solved a couple of years ago was far from closed, especially now with a killing involved. But before getting into the old expense account, let me tell you the rest of my conversation with Paul Ferris of the insurance company.
Now, wait a minute, Johnny.
No, Paul. In spite of his threats to me, Tony Valentine never had a reputation as a killer.
Nonetheless, Johnny.
Sure, he'd drive around at night, flashing red light at expensive-looking cars, posing as the highway patrol. When they stopped him, he'd wave a pistol at them. But he was never known to pull the trigger.
Well, then maybe the police theory is right. That the killing was done by Sandy Reinhardt, the con who escaped with him.
What police, Paul?
Well, when you get down here, contact Lieutenant Randolph Singer.
Randy Singer, 18th Precinct?
That's right.
Well, fine. He's an old pal of mine.
He'll be able to give you far more detail than I can.
Right, Paul. I'm on my way. Expense account item 1, $8 plane fare to New York. Item 2, $6.50 cab fare into 18th Precinct Police Headquarters. And when I barged in on him, Lieutenant Randy Singer raised his hands in mock horror.
Oh, no. No, not you again.
Hi, Randy. You mind if I sit down?
Well, I do if you're down here on account of Tony Valentine.
How did you guess?
Johnny, why don't you leave these things to us, I mean, just because you happen to be lucky in tapping Valentine once before, and without getting your head shot off.
Lucky, huh?
What else? How else did you ever solve any of those wacky insurance cases? Sheer luck, that's all.
Randy, maybe you have a point there.
Sure. I mean, just because none of our boys could find him and you just happened to stumble over him.
And bring him in for you on a silver platter.
I wish you had, Johnny, all neatly stuffed with lead. And we wouldn't have to be out hunting for him again. Only, Johnny, the one we really want bad is Sandy Reinhardt, because he did the killing.
You sure of that?
Absolutely. He's the one that had the gun that helped them engineer their escape out of the pen.
I see.
And one of my boys found that gun down a sewer near the scene of the holdup just a little while ago. Reinhardt's fingerprints all over it. No prints of Tony.
Any leads on either of them, Randy?
Well, a man answering Tony's description is known to have taken a plane to Oklahoma City within a few hours of the caper.
A man of his description.
Yeah. And when I showed this photo of Tony to the clerk at the airline, she was positive it was the same man. So I formally requested that a warrant and a copy of this be sent out there, so if they see him, they can pick it. Oh. Yeah, what is it, Conroy?
Special for you, Lieutenant.
Oh, okay, thanks. Now, let's see what this is.
Now, wait a minute. You said Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what's the matter with you, Randy?
Plenty, but that's beside the point.
No, listen, don't you remember that's where Tony was to go when I latched onto him before? Overton, Oklahoma.
Overton? Oh, yeah.
And I still think that's where he stashed a lot of the loot from some of his earlier jobs.
Well, maybe I better get that out to him. I'll send him a full report.
All right, you send him a report, Randy. And you can also tell him that's where they'll find me.
You're going out to Oklahoma?
Right. And I'm taking along this photo of Tony.
Now, listen, Johnny.
And if I'm lucky, if I make good plane connections, I'll be there by the time you mail your report. So, Randy...
Will you wait? Now, look at this.
This
note that Conroy... Yeah, just listen, huh, Johnny?
Yeah?
Sergeant Mike Thomason, detective detail at the station...
Never heard of him.
Well, you should have from your insurance company.
Why?
Because he's a nephew of that old man who was killed.
Oh, so he stands to share in the old man's will, his insurance. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. No, I don't know. That's beside the point.
Is it?
The point is that Mike doesn't know Sandy Reinett's the killer, that he's been picked up.
Yes?
Yeah, you see, right here in this special.
Yeah, I see.
And meantime, what has he done?
He being Mike, the police sergeant.
He being Mike, the police sergeant.
Well?
Taken a couple of weeks off, and he's gone out to Oklahoma. Following that tip from the airline. Now, get this, Johnny. Mike is one of the deadliest shots on the force, and he's crazy mad about that murder.
You mean that if he gets out there and finds Tony before I do...
He'll kill him for sure. I mean that, Johnny. Mike's a good cop, but he's too worked up over this. And if he still thinks Tony may have killed that uncle of his... Well, go ahead. Go on out there.
To save the life of the man I'm gunning for. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, Randy, why not?
Hi, this is Dennis James to make a point about reliable, effective Kellogg's All Brand. Repeat after me, please. What do you want when you need brand?
What do you want when you need brand?
Reliability.
Reliability.
Now, what do you get in Kellogg's All Brand?
What do you get in Kellogg's All Brand? Reliability.
Right. You see, Kellogg's All Brand is the reliable brand that millions depend on for the effectiveness they want. It's the real Battle Creek formula that brings you more brand bulk in every serving. More of the vital brand bulk that helps you keep regular. Kellogg's All Brand is also low in calories and mighty pleasant tasting. You can trust Kellogg's for that. The crisp toasted shreds have the kind of good bran muffin flavor that most folks are partial to. So next time you're shopping, get Kellogg's All Brand, and you'll get reliability.
That's what you get in Kellogg's All Brand. Reliability.
Well, maybe Randy Singer's alarm was uncalled for. All he had to do was get the Oklahoma City police on the phone, tell them to pick up Tony Valentine, to keep Sergeant Mike Thomason away from him, and then arrange for Tony's extradition back to New York. And Thomason, off duty, acting on his own, couldn't do a thing about it. If Tony stayed in Oklahoma City. And I didn't think he would. I thought he'd head for Overton, far away from Oklahoma City's jurisdiction, a mere pinpoint on the map that most likely wouldn't have a police department of its own. If Tony were there, if Mike were to find him there, nobody would ever see him again, would ever know what happened to him. Unless somehow I could get to Tony Valentine first. Okay, then, expense account item 3 is $6.50 for a cab to the airport. Item 4, $89.50, plane fare. Oklahoma City, center of the mad rush for free prairie land back in 1899, where in one day, some 10,000 people staked their claims in newly opened territory. Now, it's a clean, modern city of something over 300,000, with skyscrapers crowding its central business district, and oil and gas wells crowding in around its edges. A city of iron and steel plants, clothing, furniture factories, stockyards and meat packing, oil and cotton processing, electrical equipment, and the gamut of recreational and cultural facilities, country clubs and fine homes. But despite the change in time zone, it was late afternoon when the plane set down at Will Rogers Field. And there I spent item 5, $50 deposit on a rental car, and I tore on to town to police headquarters.
No, Mr. Dollar. We haven't turned up a single lead on this Tony Valentine. I suspect he must have just passed on through.
Okay. Now, Captain, did you yourself talk to Lieutenant Singer of the New York Police Department?
Yep. He told me about Mike Thomason. Sergeant Thomason.
Has he been here? Have you seen him?
Mr. Dollar, he spent 2 solid days combing this town for Tony Valentine.
And?
Well, he's acting kind of unofficially, isn't
he? He sure is.
I suppose you can't exactly blame him. His own uncle getting murdered. And, of course, his not knowing it wasn't Valentine who did it.
Well, what about Mike?
Well, let's see, about 15, 20 minutes ago, he came in and told me that he was giving up around here. but that he had some other ideas on Valentine's possible whereabouts.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. And that he was leaving town to follow him up.
Leaving for where?
Well, that he wouldn't say.
Oh, fine.
Except that it's way outside our bailiwick. That if any other authorities needed to be notified, he'd take care of such notification himself.
Captain, how do I get to the town of Overton?
Overton? A town?
Well?
There's a kind of a railroad siding. Maybe a couple of sleeping cars for a section gang. And
where?
Maybe an oil loading rig and a water tank.
Where?
Oh, I'd say it's about 75, maybe 80 miles north and west of here.
Okay.
There's an old abandoned oil well there, too, and a shack to go with it.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Bleeding Heart number 1, they called it.
What did you say?
I said they called it...
Bleeding Heart. A Valentine. And his name is Tony Valentine.
You mean you think
No wonder he picked it as a place to stash away some of his loot. Or maybe it was owned by his family. All right, Captain, thank you very much.
You think maybe his folks own that well? Something like that?
I'm thinking a lot of things. I headed north on 74, driving as fast as I dared. And then, a few miles after crossing the Cimarron River, I swung left onto a dirt road that was hard to navigate even with good headlights. And finally, after crossing seemingly endless miles of barren prairie, I saw the light in a railroad shack at one side of a huge water tank and a cattle loading platform. I looked through the window. Inside the shack, sleeping, sprawled over a sort of desk with a telegraph instrument on it, was an old man.
Good evening.
Howdy. Listen, I'm looking for a man.
The police or something?
Would you like to see my credentials?
Well,
better
no,
still, look at this picture.
Oh. On the bottom here, it says New York Police
That's
Department.
right. Well, have you seen this man around here?
Well, yes, I have, son.
When? Where is he now?
Well, I seen him just about sundown, heading over towards the old Bleeding Heart number 1.
Where's that?
Why anybody should want to monkey around that
Where is
place, just follow that road alongside the tracks for about 2 miles, and there you are.
All right. Now listen to me and listen carefully.
Yes, sir.
Has there been anybody else around here asking about this fellow in the picture?
No, sir, not that I know about.
Now, you're sure of that?
Well, that I am, sir.
Okay. Now, there is another man looking for him. And he may come around here tonight. Watch out for him. He's a killer.
Killer?
That's right. Now, he may show you credentials that look as though he's from the New York Police Department. Don't you believe him?
Oh, you mean he's what you call a phony?
Now, you understand me? Don't believe anything he tells you.
Oh, okay, son.
And above all, do not, under any circumstances, let him know that you've seen the man in this picture around here.
Well, now, look here.
Unless
mister,
you want to be a party to a murder.
Okay, son. I'll do anything you say.
All right. Now, I'm going out there, and
You're not going anywhere.
Look, he's got a gun.
That's right. Either you make a move, I pull the trigger.
Have a commander, welcome aboard. Have a commander, welcome aboard.
The cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Have a commander and see. The cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. And in Commander, the tobacco is vacuum cleaned.
Have a commander, welcome aboard.
Try new king-size Philip Morris Commanders made on a new machine, the Mark 8, that takes rich, full-flavored tobacco and gently vacuum cleans it. And the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. noticeably better.
The cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. And in Commander, the tobacco is vacuum cleaned. Have a Commander. Welcome aboard.
It was pretty obvious that the man standing there at the door, covering us for the police 38, was not Tony Valentine. It was also obvious that he didn't know who I was, and I knew better than to tell him. Once he realized I was there to keep him from finding Valentine, well, put it this way, there was a bad look in his eye, almost a mad look. And he held the gun. Mine was still in my pocket. What's more, I knew better than to use it on a police officer when a hastily pulled shot might be a fatal one. By seeming only to shift the weight on my feet, I edged closer to the telegraph table with its old-fashioned, heavy glass lamp on it.
Down low!
I didn't move.
I mean you! Until I get used to the light in here and make sure.
Just trying to relax.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and relax. You're not the punk I'm looking for.
Oh, thanks. Now, if you'll just put down that gun.
You'll try and jump me, that it? Tell me this, wise guy, you know who Tony Valentine is?
Valentine? Look, I'm new around here, just driving through.
Yeah? When'd you get here?
Just a couple of minutes ago.
That's true, mister. That's true now.
Yeah, old man? Well, do you know him?
Valentine?
Yeah, Tony Valentine. Yeah, look. Here's his picture. Well, I said, do you know him?
No, sir. I know who you are. You're a killer.
What are you talking about?
And your name is Sergeant Mike Thomason.
What? Who are you? I said, who are you? Come on, wise guy, talk.
You're a killer. That's what you are, a killer.
Shut up, you.
That's why you come here with that gun, to kill somebody.
Shut up. Now listen, wise guy. Oh, no, you don't.
When he knocked down the old man, I pushed the lamp off the table. Dived for his knees.
Why, you dirty...
A couple of those shots came far too close for comfort. One of them grazed the top of my head. I locked his gun hand under my arm and shoved a fist into his midsection, and then came up to his chin with everything I had. After making sure the old man would recover, I got into my car, and I drove out the road beside the railroad tracks. Thanks to the moonlight, I could see the oil derrick for the Bleeding Heart #1, and the shack beside it in plenty of time. So I turned off the headlights, and I drove cautiously to within about 500 yards of it. And I ditched the car in a gully, and then quietly went the rest of the way on foot. The little building was nothing more than a tool shed, and there was a lantern burning somewhere inside. Peering in through a dirty window, I could see Tony Valentine. He was on his knees, replacing a plank on the floor. And beside him was an open bag, and it was loaded with money. Slowly, carefully, I pulled out my gun, edged my way around to the door, and then kicked it open.
Dollar!
That's right, Tony. So this is where you hid away all your loot, huh?
Johnny Dollar. Guess I should have known you'd be after me again.
Yeah, you should have known. Got a gun?
You know I never use no gun.
All right now, Tony.
And listen, Dollar. Listen about that killing back in New York.
I know, Tony. I know all about it.
Yeah, what do you know?
I know Sandy Reinhardt did it.
That's right.
And the cops have nabbed him for it.
And I'm clean. And I'm all right.
You are?
Well, sure, Dollar. Look, don't you see? I was afraid they'd catch me and burn me for it. That's the reason I come out here. Get everything I had so I could skip the country.
Not a chance.
What do you mean, not a chance? Think I'm going to give up easy and go back to New York with you just because you're holding a gun on me?
You've got a choice.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
Go on back with me and without any trouble. Or I can leave you up to Mike Thomason.
So who's Mike? Thomason. That killer cop?
That's right. That man was his uncle. He thinks you killed him.
But I didn't.
Nothing you or I can tell him will ever convince him otherwise. And he's out here, Tony, gunning for you.
I don't believe it.
So you have your choice. Go back with me and take whatever they hand you for the jailbreak and holdup, or be shot down by Mike Thomason.
You're lying. You're trying to trick me.
I knocked him out over at the railroad shack, but not for long, so we haven't much time. As a matter of fact, we haven't any time.
The car out there.
That is Mike Thomason.
Look, you got a gun. You got to stop him, Dollar.
Do I?
Look, you can see him in the moonlight. With that gun, you can nail him.
Would you like to be the cop killer?
Oh, no. Dollar, he'll come in here and kill me.
Well, at this point, he might try to kill both of us.
Well, what do we do? He's coming over
All right,
here.
Now shut up, Tony, and be quiet. He'll know I'm in here with you.
But unless you kill him first.
I told you, who wants to be a cop killer?
But I want to live.
Well, so do I. If I could reach that lantern, knock it off the table onto this oil-soaked floor without him seeing
Okay, Valentine. I know you're in there. Come on out here with your hands up.
Answer him.
No, I'd do that. You'd kill me.
That's right. Maybe I would.
Now the lantern.
What are you doing with that lantern? It's setting the place on fire.
Now the joint's on fire. So now you've got a choice. You stay in there and burn up with it, or come out here and take a bullet. Either way, Valentine, you're going to pay for killing that man back in New York.
Now, Tony, listen to me. He doesn't know I'm here.
Dollar.
Go over there in that doorway.
No, listen.
Now, let him see you.
Go ahead,
He won't pull that trigger unless you try to make a break for it.
But there's fire in
As
here.
long as he sees you, he won't see me go out through that back window. I hope.
But there's fire, there's smoke.
Get over there where he can see you.
He'll kill me. There's fire.
Knowing there wasn't a second to waste because of that fire, I plunged through the window into the night. I ran wide of the shed to get around in back of Mike, hoping and praying his whole attention would be on Tony inside. And it was until I tore into him with a flying tackle.
You again.
It's all right, Mike.
You knocked him out. Hey, you're okay, Dollar.
Sure, I know.
And, Dollar, here, I guess you better keep his gun.
Oh? Well, thanks, Tony.
And you think maybe me and you better start on back to New York? Before he comes to?
Funny, I never did think to find out if Mike Thomason kept his job on the force after that little episode. Tony, of course, is back in the pen, finishing out a somewhat extended term. Expense account total, including travel back for the two of us, $379.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Well, next week, Strange Vengeance for an even stranger crime. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Bill Lipton as Tony Valentine, Larry Haynes as Randy Singer, Roger DeKoven as Mike Thomason, Arthur Cole as the old man, Mendel Kramer as the police captain, and Joseph Julian as Paul Paris. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, this is Frank Francis at Tri-Western Life in Los Angeles.
Well, hiya.
How soon do you think you can get on out here?
Well, it's early evening here in the east. Sometime tomorrow morning be all right?
Well, I suppose it'll have to be. But unless you can get here before noon, there may be no point in your coming at all.
Noon your time.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy. There's a jet flight out of New York around 8 a.m. Eastern time. It'll get me to L.A. International around 11 your time.
Good. I'll meet you at the airport.
What seems to be the trouble, Mr. Francis?
The recent death of one of our policyholders, Dollar. I hope you'll be able to find out for us if it was accidental or suicide.
Oh?
Or possibly even murder.
Murder.
Yes.
Okay.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Simple Simon matter. Expense account item 1, early the next morning. $180.40 plane fare. The usual prevailing westerly winds didn't prevail, so the flight was even faster than scheduled. And the big jet set down at the L.A. International Airport well before 11 a.m. Pacific time, that is. True to his word, Frank Francis was there and waiting for me.
Right over here, Dollar.
Oh, okay, Frank. Excuse me, please. Can you excuse me, please?
If you have any heavy luggage waiting to be taken off the plane, I'm afraid we'd better pick it up later.
Everything I own is in this kind of glorified briefcase.
Good. Because we have to be sure that we're back in my office before noon. Come on. My car's out here at the curb.
Right. But why is the time element so important?
Because of a phone call I'm expecting. For you. Get in, Johnny.
Phone call for me?
Yeah. Come on, get in, huh?
From whom, Frank?
I'll tell you all about it on the way in.
All right, whatever you say. Well?
Johnny, at the present moment, the death of Jerry Hilton, Gerald Raymond Hilton, to be more exact, is on the books as accidental or possible suicide.
And you wrote his insurance?
For some $16,000. Straight life with double indemnity in case of accidental death.
The beneficiary?
His wife.
Go on, Frank.
It happened about a week ago on a side road. Or rather, off a side road in the vicinity of Newhall.
Where is Newhall?
About 35 miles north of here. 2,000 or 3,000 people, some farmland, a bunch of oil wells.
Go on.
Hilton was apparently driving around a bad curve on the side of a hill. Narrow, dusty little dirt road. He apparently lost control and went over into a rather deep canyon full of big rocks. There wasn't too much left of his car, and apparently Hilton died immediately.
So it looked like an accident?
Apparently.
And that's the fourth time now, that you've used that word apparently.
Deliberately, Johnny.
Why?
There isn't much of a police force out that way, but believe me, they're on their toes. Those boys went over the scene of that so-called accident with a fine-tooth comb.
What do they find, Frank?
They found that Hilton's car had stopped there on that curve. Or maybe been stopped is a better term.
Why do you say that?
Because of a phone call I got yesterday, the one we're expecting at noon.
A phone call?
Yeah.
Frank, that bush that you're beating around is getting kind of big.
I know. Well, okay. The tire tracks showed that Hilton's car had stopped and then not skidded, but had been driven slowly over the edge.
Now, about that phone call.
Couple that with the fact that he was half crazy with financial troubles. He'd already borrowed a couple of $1,000 on his insurance. And the fact that his wife, and believe me, he was devoted to her, that his wife has been sick and yet still trying to work in some factory to keep him in food and clothing, and, well, it pretty clearly indicated suicide made to look like an accident.
Do the police agree on that?
All the way. Hilton's been a complete failure. He had nothing except a shady reputation. The only thing left to give to his wife to keep her alive was the insurance. Needless to say, with her 3-year-old kid, I forgot to mention him, with the kid needing an operation for something or other immediately, she's already put in a claim.
But if it was suicide, she can't collect.
Exactly.
Which, I suppose, is just what you'd like.
No.
Oh?
No, Johnny. I've known about Marjorie Hilton a long time, ever since high school. I think she really tried to make a go of that marriage to Jerry, despite his failure to support her and his rather questionable record.
You mean he had a police record?
Not actually, but I'm sure he deserved one.
I see. Now, Frank, tell me this. On the phone last night, you said it could possibly even be murder.
Because of the call I just received.
From whom?
Somebody who wouldn't identify himself.
Himself?
Yes. He was quite definite, and he said just two things. That because of what he knew, we'd better get ready to pay off the insurance.
And second?
That he wouldn't give his information to anybody but you.
I wonder why.
He wouldn't say. He only said to get you out here right away, that he'd call today at noon and talk, but only to you.
Now, let's get into your office and wait for that call. Or maybe it was just a gag, Frank, because according to my watch, it's nearly 10 minutes after 3.
You forgot to reset it on the way out here.
Oh, yeah.
But you may be right at that, Johnny. Maybe it was just some practical joker, maybe some crank. You'd be surprised at the You pick it up. I'll take it on this extension here.
Right. Hello?
I have a person-to-person call for Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, from where, operator?
San Diego.
Well, I'm Johnny Dollar.
Thank you. One moment, please. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Dollar?
That's right.
Yeah, I recognize your voice.
Who are you?
Listen, Dollar, that Jerry Hilton wasn't no accident.
Wasn't it?
It wasn't no suicide neither. Jerry was murdered. I know who done it.
Well, now, unless you tell me who you are...
Don't make no difference, not yet. But when you meet me tonight, so's I can tell you what I know.
I'll meet you where?
On the Tascadero Pier, down here in Dago.
Tascadero?
Yeah, Tascadero, out on the end of the pier at the cargo hoist.
Now, listen, I'd like...
Be there alone, see? At 11 o'clock tonight.
Is this a gag or some kind of a trick?
No trick, Dollar. You want to know who knocked off Jerry Hilton, don't you?
Well, of course, but who are you?
Maybe you'll recognize me.
Now, wait a minute.
I'll see you tonight.
Hello? Hello? Well, Frank?
Well, Johnny?
There are many who hold blindly that all is perfect with these United States. But former President Eisenhower did not believe this. He formed a nonpartisan commission to look into our national ways and to set forth, after thorough examination, a list of national goals. The kind of America we can be in the future, the impression we make on the rest of the world. Our national image depends on how fully the nation follows the recommendations of this nonpartisan commission. The complete report has been made up into a booklet, which is yours free if you want it. CBS Radio and its affiliated stations believe this to be an important national statement. We hope you'll send for it. Simply send your name and address on a postcard to Goals, Box 1776, New York 17, New York.
You mean you're going to keep this date with that anonymous phone caller? I wouldn't.
The police think Hilton was a suicide.
No.
Which would save your company a lot of money.
No, not a lot as life insurance policies go. And I'd much prefer to see it paid out to his widow. But of course, if it was suicide...
You know that voice on the phone? You know something, Frank? It had a familiar sound.
Sounded like some thug to me, Johnny. And if so...
But I can't place it. Anyhow, he said it was murder. There's only one thing for me to do, and that's keep that date with him.
Johnny.
Yeah?
Johnny, don't you see? You may be walking into some kind of a trap.
Why? Who wants to trap me? Over what?
A man in a job like yours has enemies. Bound to have. This could be very dangerous.
Dangerous? You mean like crossing a busy street intersection?
Oh, now listen.
Or driving around in some of today's traffic?
Now, don't kid about this.
Who's kidding?
If you go down there tonight and out on that pier to meet him, well, believe me, you'd better have some police protection.
And scare him away? No, he said to meet him alone.
Even so.
Forget it. Forget it, Frank. I'll be okay.
I certainly hope so.
So do I. Expense account item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. Before driving the 130 miles of freeway down to San Diego, though, I got her address from Frank and paid a visit to Jerry Hilton's widow, Marjorie. She was small, thin, about 23 or 24, pretty in her own way, but with far too many lines of care in her face for one of her age. The second-floor apartment was tiny and badly furnished. My little boy Tommy lay on a small cot in the corner of the bedroom, and he was a mighty sick-looking kid. However, she told me a free clinic had agreed to do the rather serious intestinal operation that was needed. I wondered why she hadn't thought of a clinic before.
And when I get the insurance money, I guess I better pay him for it, hadn't I, Mr. Dollar?
Well, I hope you do get it, Mrs. Hilton.
Oh, now look, Jerry wouldn't ever have committed suicide, no matter how far down his luck was.
Not even in the hope that it wouldn't be found out you'd be able to collect the insurance money? Was there anything else that he could do to get you away from having to live like this?
Oh, listen, he tried, Mr. Dollar. He tried all the time. You think it was his fault he couldn't make a living?
Doing what? Well?
I don't know. I don't know how Jerry got that money that he had when him and me got married last year.
You don't know how your own husband... Last year, then little Tommy isn't his child?
No, sir. Oh, but Jerry treated him just like he was. He'd do anything he could for him, just anything, for the both of us.
Oh, sure, I can see that.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Do you know of any enemies that Jerry might have had?
Oh, I don't even know who his friends were, Mr. Dollar. There was just Jerry and me and Tommy. Oh, and he treated us good. Well, until he ran out of money. But he was sure something was going to turn up pretty soon, and...
Something legitimate?
You mean you think that Jerry could ever do anything crooked?
Do you? But then you don't seem to have known very much about him.
Well, all I know is he was good to me. He was good to the both of us. He was a lot better than that punk. Than Tommy's real father was.
What was his name?
What if he did give me a lot of fancy clothes and jewels and things? Well, he wasn't the first one. Now that Jerry's gone, I can have those kind of things again.
Who was he, Margie?
His name was Allie Parsons. When Tommy was born, he walked out on me.
Alfred H. Parsons, and the H stands for heroin. You're talking about a man the narcotics squad has been after for the past 5 years.
Oh, well, I know he was always hiding away from somebody or something. When he come around and tried to see me again a couple of weeks ago, well, Jerry threw him out.
And came to see you, huh?
Yeah. All this soft talk about doing something for Jerry and me and the kid. Well, Jerry didn't believe it. Oh, Allie was awful good at that soft talk and the promises. Even to getting me back with him, time after time when I was married to him. I'm wise to him now. I told Jerry, and he threw him out.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Has Allie been back since Jerry died?
Well, why should he?
Well, you look a little pale and worn and tired. Maybe even a little hungry, Mrs. Hilton. But you're a very attractive girl, nonetheless.
What?
Well, thanks. Thanks very much. Now I've got to meet that man in San Diego. Here. This is just in case Tommy needs something extra while he's in the hospital.
$50?
I think the insurance company would okay this sort of an advance.
Well, I thought you were trying to tell me they wouldn't pay.
Well, maybe I've changed my mind. But there was something about Marjorie Hilton that puzzled me, in spite of the way she talked. Or maybe because of it. Somehow she made me think of the typical movie gun moll who'd play along with anybody she thought was on the way up. I drove down to San Diego. While it was still daylight, I got a line on the Tascadero Pier. It was one of the older ones, some distance below the main part of that busy port. There were no ships tied up to it, nothing but trash in the long warehouse built up on it. All in all, it was in pretty bad shape, probably in line for condemnation by the progressive city of San Diego. I hoped there'd be plenty of light on it when it came time for my meeting out there on the end of it. Speaking of time, I killed a couple of hours in a movie, and then had dinner in the grill room at the U.S. Grant, took in another movie, and it all adds up to item 3, $12 and a half. By then it was nearly 11 p.m. There was no moon. Or if there was, you couldn't see it because of the heavy fog that had settled down over the waterfront. Well, why kid about it? I wondered if I wasn't being a little foolish in plotting the length of that abandoned pier in the darkness to keep a rendezvous with... With what? Even if the pier had been well lighted, I wouldn't have been able to see more than 20 or 30 feet ahead of me. I found myself walking softly, listening for... well, perhaps for the footsteps of somebody else. But who? I didn't even know the name of the man I was supposed to meet out there, much less what he was really up to. Sure, I had the old .38 handy, but in that darkness, in that fog...
Dollar. Dollar, over here. Come on, but quiet, see?
Yeah, sure.
Here beside this big box where nobody can see us.
See us? Are you kidding in this pea super?
That's it. Now listen, I gotta talk fast.
Simon.
Yeah.
Simon Hacker, simple Simon.
That's right, but not too simple to look out for myself. So now listen.
You're the punk I chased halfway across the state of Kansas once and then had to let go because you didn't have what I was after.
Only you didn't really have to let me go. You could have nailed me.
Yes, and you're the punk who couldn't or wouldn't tell the cops where they could lay their hands on Allie Parsons.
All right, so now I do know where he is. So could I go to the cops?
Sure.
Why, you think they'd believe me now? You think they wouldn't just lock me up for life?
Darn fool, they'd do anything for you to get information on Parsons.
Yeah, but you think Allie wouldn't find out if I did? You think he wouldn't kill me for it?
Like he knocked off Jerry Hilton, maybe? Well, did he, Simon?
Listen, I know that you'll protect me. You're the only dick that ever give me a break.
Simon?
And when you nail him, Allie Parsons, for what I'm telling you, maybe you could get me off of the hook with the cops.
Maybe.
So listen. Up at Newhall, they knew that was no accident, Jerry's car going off that curve. And maybe they don't say it, but maybe they know that Jerry was dead before that car went over.
You're telling me that Allie killed him?
Don't you see? Allie wanted his girl back, that Margie that was married to Jerry.
Can you prove that Allie murdered him?
All the proof you need, Zolla.
Good. Now here, Simon, knowing how you work, maybe 50...
Maybe 100.
Okay. Here.
Thanks, Dollar. You're okay. So listen, while I tell you how I know he killed Jerry Hilton.
Yeah? Simon! Those last 3 shots from somewhere in the foggy darkness of the pier had been meant for me. I dove in over the edge, and then slowly, quietly swam in among the pilings back to the shore. Soaking wet, I piled into my car and drove to the headquarters of the harbor police. They immediately sent out a couple of men to look for Simon Hacker, or what was left of him, and gave the regular police an alert on Allie Parsons. They also helped me dry out my clothes. Well, that gave me time to think. Marjorie Hilton was my only real lead to Jerry's killer now. Obviously the same one who blasted away at Simon and me there on the pier. Obviously Allie Parsons, or one of his mob. And Allie was again making a play for Margie. Maybe she had gone to high school, but she wasn't very bright. And if what she'd told me was true, about the clothes and the jewels he'd given her, about always going back to him before Jerry came along, well, in spite of what she'd said about Allie, she'd probably be a pushover for him again. I thanked the harbor police. I got into my car, and I tore on back to L.A. to her apartment. It was nearly 4 a.m., but she had a light on. Because of the sick youngster? Maybe. Mrs. Hilton?
Who is it?
It's Johnny Dollar.
Oh, just a second.
I saw the light on. Well, now, what does all this mean?
Well, I told you when you were here before, I'm taking little Tommy to the hospital for his operation today.
You got enough bags packed here for you and Tommy? All right, Margie, what goes?
I told you.
Yeah, you told me. You also told me a lot of things this afternoon, maybe enough to make me suspicious.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You were pretty emphatic about how good Jerry had been to you. So much so it began to sound like an act. You didn't really expect me to believe that you had no idea where Jerry'd got his money, or Allie Parsons when you were married to him.
Well, how should I know what they did?
And I wouldn't be surprised if there were 3 or 4 other husbands before them also in the racket.
But there were only 2 before. Oh.
Only 2 before.
Now, you listen, Mr. Dollar.
Why did Allie Parsons kill Jerry? To get you back because he was afraid that Jerry might tip off the police to his latest activities in narcotics? He did kill him, didn't he?
Well, you're nuts.
The same as he tried to kill, or maybe did kill Simon Hackett tonight down in San Diego, where you knew I was going. So you tipped off Allie Parsons, and now you're set to go somewhere and meet him.
Yeah? Well, I don't have to.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Allie! Allie, get me out of this!
Allie!
Don't reach for it, Dollar.
Oh, that's real cute of you, Margie. Hello, Parsons.
Just keep him up real high. Then I'll take this gun of yours for myself. Might come in real handy for me sometime with your prints all over it. Thanks.
Pleasure, Allie. Now what?
Now? Oh, now you face that wall there, and I'll put a bullet right in your head. You see, now that you know I killed Jerry, I've got to get rid of you, too.
Now listen,
no.
Allie.
Shut up, Margie. It's the only way.
Of course, you know what the sound of the shot will bring, Parsons.
With this nice old-fashioned silencer? But close the door to the hall anyway, will you, Margie?
Oh, sure, Allie, but don't you think...
Shut up and close the door.
Okay, whatever you say, only...
Oh, no, you... Hold it, Parsons.
Simon!
Watch out, Allie! Come!
Okay, boys, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, Lieutenant.
Like the U.S. Marines, Lieutenant.
Well, Dollar, when they hauled Simple Simon here out of the drink and he told the boys what was going on...
Wait a minute. How do you feel, Simon?
Not so hot, Dollar. I guess I kind of waited too long to go straight.
Easy, Simon, easy.
But I tried, Dollar. I tried.
Yeah, Simon. I'm afraid you did wait too long. But you tried. Want to take over, Lieutenant? Margie and the boy, I don't know. I kind of felt sorry for the poor kid, Tony. But her, I can't help wondering if she even deserves a break. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, we'll call it $450 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Well, next week, a most ingenious method of blackmail. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Jackson Beck as Frank Francis, Elizabeth Lawrence as Marjorie, Mason Adams as Simple Simon, Bernard Grant as Allie Parsons, and Maurice Toplin as the police lieutenant. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Alan Jackson's informative feature, Information Central, weekdays on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Frederick Benham.
Benham?
That's right, a Tri-Mutual Insurance Company Limited.
Oh, I see.
There's a very important matter I'd like you to look into for us.
I thought you always used members of your own staff. I mean, as investigators.
Ordinarily, we do, Mr. Dollar. Ordinarily, any problem that might arise would be handled by one of our own men. In this case, however, unfortunately, not one of them is a fisherman.
Did you say fisherman?
That's right. I understand from those reports of yours that broadcast on the radio that you are a very good one.
Well, I like to think so, but do you mind telling me what connection that can possibly have with an insurance problem?
I would be very glad to. Shall we say at 3:30 this afternoon, here in my office?
Well, if it has anything whatever to do with fishing, Mr. Benham.
Oh, it has, Mr. Dollar. It has. 3:30 then?
Okay. I'll be there.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly,
Johnny Dollar. expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the low tide matter. Why kid about it? Tri-Mutual is not a company I'd ever pick to work for. Although I'm sure they serve their clients very well, they just happen to be a notoriously stingy outfit when it comes to handing out money for assigned services. But it's the old story. Mention that magical word fishing, and I'm gone. Expense account item 1. At exactly 3:15 p.m., $1.20 for a cab to Mr. Benham's office in the Tri-Mutual building. Being the methodical sort that he is, he kept me waiting at the reception desk until the exact time of our appointment.
Very well, Mr. Dollar. You may come in now.
I was beginning to think you'd forgotten I was waiting out here.
Date was for 3:30, I believe.
Well, then you're slipping, Mr. Benham.
Slipping?
Mm-hmm. According to my watch, it's nearly 3:31.
Then your watch must be wrong. Come in, please.
All right. Now, let's get one thing straight.
Yeah?
I'm freelance. That means you pay my expense account on whatever it is you want me to do.
I'm fully aware of that.
Also, I'll expect a fee.
I'm quite familiar with your scale of fees, Mr. Dollar.
Or, of course, a commission. A percentage of the actual amount of insurance involved.
Of the amount saved, Mr. Dollar.
All right, have it your way.
I usually do.
I'm sure you do. But whichever comes out largest, fee or commission, that's what I get. Okay?
Yes. But now sit down.
All right.
I wouldn't want you to start charging us for the time taken with these, shall we say, amenities.
What's it all about?
The Foster Machine Tool Company, or rather, Mr. Charles Foster himself, and his junior partner, Michael Brady.
They're both clients of yours?
Our concern is over a partnership policy we've written for them. That will pay the survivor some $500,000 if and when the other dies.
It's a lot of money. Which of them is on the sick list?
Neither. But I'm seriously worried about Charles Foster.
How come?
He came in here the other day to ask if the policy could be canceled.
I see.
And, of course, I had to tell him we couldn't do that without the permission of young Brady.
Mm-hmm. Why does he want to cancel?
He and Brady haven't been getting along. Business hasn't been good, and he suspects Brady, who is much younger and completely and selfishly ambitious, of being responsible.
Why, when Brady himself has a share in it?
To ruin Foster, force him to sell out his share of the business cheap.
Oh, it's been done before, I guess.
Of course it has. But then Brady walked in and said he wouldn't consider cancellation of the policy for a minute. So the only trouble with Foster was that he was overworked. But what he needed was some rest and relaxation.
Don't we all?
I beg your pardon.
No, nothing. Go on, Mr. Benham.
I've tried to reach them for several days now in the hope of talking it out with them. Well, of helping them reach some amicable solution to their problem.
They've refused to see you?
No, not exactly. They've gone away together.
Where?
On a fishing trip.
Look, don't knock it. It's the best way in the world I know of to get rid of troubles.
Best way in the world I know of for Brady to get rid of Charles Foster.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
And thereby collect $500,000 insurance.
Mr. Benham, aren't you jumping to conclusions just because a couple of men...
You wait a minute, Dollar. You don't know these two as well as I do.
I don't know them at all, but it does seem to me
Perhaps
that...
Foster is getting old. Perhaps Brady is right in wanting that business for himself. He'd certainly make a go of it.
Then what's the beef?
Well, the more I think of it, the more certain I am that Brady knows only too well that the one way to get that business without its costing him anything, and $500,000 besides, is by having Foster dead. For old Foster to go on a fishing trip. Ridiculous.
What's the matter with the fishing trip?
Nothing. For you, or me, or Brady. But for old Charles Foster, ridiculous.
Yes, you said that.
And when Brady wouldn't inform me or Foster's wife or anyone else where he was taking him, well, Dolly, you've just got to find them. Make sure that Foster gets back here safely.
Now, Mr. Benham...
Or if it's too late, that Brady has already done him in. That Brady is brought to justice.
Well, you sure can build a mountain out of a molehill.
And I tell you that if you knew those men as well as I do, Dollar, you've got to find them. And don't forget there's a possibility of a commission on $500,000.
Yes, but not much probability. I think you're going off half-cocked.
Would you rather not take on this potentially highly lucrative assignment?
Okay, as long as you're paying the bill, I'll go out and look for them.
Good. Now, what's your first move?
Well, you know something, Mr. Benham?
Yes?
I haven't the vaguest idea.
If you ever suffer a touch of arthritis or rheumatism and you've never tried mentholatum deep heating rub, you can't know how good its deep heating action can make you feel. As you massage it into painful areas, you feel its deep heating action. You know relief is on its way. Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub is an extra strong combination of active ingredients for safe, temporary relief of minor arthritic, rheumatic pain. Use greaseless, stainless Mentholatum Deep Heating Rub often.
My first move was to call on Mrs. Charles Foster, a sweet, lovely little lady in her 60s. She was worried sick over the way her husband had suddenly taken off for parts unknown with young Michael Brady. She didn't trust Brady. She was afraid of him, of what he might do to get his hands on the business. By the time she got through talking, I began to wonder if maybe Fred Benham's fears weren't justified after all. Then I called on Mrs. Mike Brady. This was something else again. Kathy Brady was a living doll, and not one bit worried about the way her husband had taken off. Why should she be? This girl had everything. I mean, besides looks and charm and all that goes with. He'd set her up in a home that must have cost a couple of $100,000 with a couple of expensive cars, clothing, jewelry, the whole bit. Whether business was bad or not, they were living high on the hog, no doubt of it.
And while Mike's away, Johnny, I'm having a ball. A flock of big parties that are really the most...
I don't doubt it, Mrs. Brady, but
oh,
now what
please, Johnny, call me Kathy,
Okay. Now, Kathy...
And if you're on the loose, I mean, if you'd like to be included in on some of these brawls...
I'm afraid that I have a job to do. I have to find your husband. And I would certainly appreciate your giving me any ideas of where I could start.
Oh, now look, honey, don't worry about Mike. He'll be back. He always comes back. He kind of likes me.
You said always?
Well, you don't think this is the first time he's just up and gone fishing or something?
Well, where does he go?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere as far away from business as he can get. When we lived on the West Coast, he'd go up to Lake Mead or Mojave. Sometimes he even came east to Maine, New Hampshire. So, now, who knows?
Tell me one thing, Kathy.
Anything, Johnny.
Did he usually take somebody along with him on his trips?
Oh, now I get it.
What?
It's that old Mr. Foster, his partner, that you're worried about. Now, surely you don't think a thing like that could ever happen again.
A thing like what, Kathy?
I mean like that partner he had a few years ago when they went on a hunting trip to Canada and some fool with a big rifle almost killed Michael, too.
The man who was then his partner was killed?
Oh, poor Michael. He was so upset about it, he sold out the business. And you know, it still upsets him if I even so much as mention it to him or anybody else. But now about these parties I'm throwing while he's away. Johnny?
Kathy, you're sure you don't know where they might have gone?
I haven't the least idea, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
But now listen, if you're free and like a lot of fun...
I'm sorry, but I really have to go now.
Oh? Where to, Johnny?
A long, long way from me. Sure, Mike Brady could use $500,000. Living it up the way they obviously did. And what a plum that machine tool business would be if, that is, he didn't have to share it with an old man. And what about his former partner? Hunting accident? I'll bet. But where to start? I took a cab back to my apartment. That's item 3, $1.50. Poured myself a drink, pulled a steak out of the refrigerator, and then... something Kathy Brady had said clicked in my head. I fairly ran to the telephone and put in a long-distance call to my old pal, Ham Pratt.
Johnny, good to talk to you. Coming out to Lake Mojave for a little fishing?
I don't know, Ham. Depends on your answer to a question.
Fire away, Johnny.
Well, it's a real shot in the dark. Have you seen or heard anything of a guy named Charles Foster?
Charles Foster?
Yeah, Foster. You know anything?
Boy, Johnny, your shots in the dark are getting better and luckier all the time.
What do you mean?
Well, the police from over in Kingman and the sheriff and the coroner seem to think that a guy named Charles Foster has been in some kind of accident or something. But, Johnny, if you ask me...
Just hold everything, Ham. I'll ask you in person. I'm on my way. Item 4, $6 for a record-breaking taxi ride to Bradley Field. Item 5, $170.40 for a night flight to Los Angeles. Item 6, $21.10 for a plane to Las Vegas. There I got hold of a rental car. The deposit of $50 on it is item 7. Shortly after noon the next day, I was at my favorite fishing spot, Lake Mojave Resort, just above Davis Dam in the Colorado River. But I had other things in mind as I sat in the little office down by the dock and talked with Ham Pratt, the manager of the place.
And the authorities have asked Mr. Brady, that was his partner, you know, have asked that Brady stay around a few days just in case.
Now, let me get the whole thing straight, Ham.
Go right ahead, Johnny.
All right, now, Monday, that's 3 days ago, Brady and Foster hadn't been getting along too well, so each of them went fishing alone.
Right. Mr. Foster went up toward the Big Basin. That's about 10, 12 miles up the lake.
And Brady said he fished down below, near the dam.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And nobody has any reason to believe otherwise.
Nobody except you.
Because of the way young Brady had been behaving, Johnny. You see, with all the people I meet running a place like this, well, I like to think I know a little something about human nature.
That's the understatement of the week.
Well, thank you.
Then the wind came up.
Yeah.
All the rest of the fishermen came back in, including Mike Brady.
All but old Mr. Foster. As soon as we dared, after the big blow let up a bit, we sent the launch out looking for him. But all we found was his boat.
Where?
Beached on the side of the big island. You know, the one about 7, 8 miles up over on the west, the Nevada side. Could have come from almost anywhere in that much wind, though, Johnny.
And there's been no sign of Foster's body?
No, sir.
All right.
Excuse me, Johnny. It sounds like that's for me.
Sure.
Yes. Oh, hello, Sheriff. Oh. Yes, I see. Okay, sir. Thank you. Well, Johnny.
Yeah?
Sheriff says I can tell Mr. Brady it's okay, that he can pack up and leave if he wants to.
Don't.
Oh? Why not?
Just don't tell him, Ham. Not yet.
You have an idea, Johnny?
Let me make a phone call. Then, if it works out the way I hope it will... You got a boat with a good outboard on it that I can borrow?
Well, sure. You can take my own with a 40 horse on it. That'll be fast enough for whatever it is you're up to.
That'll be fine. But first, let me have that phone. My call was to the Weather Bureau in Vegas, and they were able to tell me the exact direction of the big wind of 3 days before. Then, alone, I took off in Ham's outboard and drove some 8 or 9 miles up the eastern, the Arizona side of the lake. There, for the next few hours, I carefully explored every wash and cove that was a few degrees north of northeast of the big island on the opposite side, the one Ham had mentioned. Luck was with me. The lake was smooth as glass, the water clean. There were a few other boats around in some of the coves, fishermen. I hope I didn't disturb them too much with my prowling. I noticed that one boat kind of followed me, as though the man in it hoped I might lead him to a hot fishing spot. He didn't follow me into the cove they call the Rock Pile, where a lot of huge boulders have fallen from the cliffs above into the deep, clear water. And there I found it. The body of a man, wedged down between 2 rocks some 15 feet below the surface. 1 foot apparently was tangled in an anchor line. I quickly stripped down to my shorts, dove on over the side. 2 hours later, well after dark, I quietly took the body, what was left of it, back to the resort. The body of Charles Foster.
Who did it? How did they do it? What in the world did they do? Who put the men in menthol smoking?
Alpine, that's who. Alpine, that's who.
Nice.
Now, the menthol cigarette has tobacco flavor a man can get hold of. Alpine always tastes rich, never smokes rough. Alpine filter cigarettes.
Nice.
And you don't think we ought to notify the sheriff's office?
Not yet, Ham, because we haven't any proof that he was thrown overboard with that anchor tied to his leg. Even the bruises on what's left of him don't really prove anything.
Pretty diabolical, Johnny. If you hadn't been carefully looking for him in those coves, I mean at that depth and with usually a ripple on the water.
I know. That dead calm was the only thing that made it possible. That and a little luck.
And if the body had stayed there a while, nobody ever would have found him. But now, look, Johnny, if what you told me is true, if all that insurance was set up to go to Brady and the business, well, now, listen, you better nail him fast.
Proof, Ham. Don't you see, without proof that Brady did it, and with everybody believing his alibi about being down at this end of the lake near the dam, if only there was some way to make him show his hand, something we could do that...
Yeah, well?
Ham, I got an idea.
Believe me, Johnny, better be a good one.
Now, don't tell me how you cooked this yourself, Mr. Pratt.
Hardly. I just had it sent over from the cafe. Nothing wrong with it, I hope.
Well, can't you tell by the way I'm making a pig of myself? It's fine.
More coffee, Mr. Brady?
Yes, thank you. But, you've aroused my curiosity.
Oh? About what?
Just why you asked me here to have breakfast with you.
Well, with all you've been through these past few days, it seemed like the least I could do.
I appreciate it. Oh, a cigarette?
Oh, no, thanks. You go right ahead, though.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, the reason for all this food is I was half expecting somebody else to join us.
Oh? Who?
Old friend of mine who pulled in here yesterday afternoon. His name is, oh, now, maybe that's him now. Come in. I thought you was going to have breakfast with us, too.
Ham, I forgot all about it. Sorry.
Well, sit down and have a cup of coffee with us anyhow.
Why not?
Meet Mr. Mike Brady, one of our new customers here.
Hi.
Mr. Brady, this is Mr. Johnny Harris.
Oh? Harris?
That's right. Why do you say it that way, Mr. Brady?
Oh, I just, thought there was something familiar about your voice, Mr. Harris.
I don't believe we've ever met before.
No. I guess we haven't.
Coffee, Johnny?
Sure.
Well, Johnny, you plan to bring in a string of lunkers today?
You're going to try.
See, Mr. Dollar is one of our most avid fishermen, Mr. Brady.
Mr. Pratt, wait a minute. Just then you called him...
Yeah, Ham, I thought I'd take a crack at the rock pile this morning.
The rock pile, did you say?
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Brady. It's a big cove about 8 miles up the lake on this side. Lots of rocks fell off a cliff and made a kind of rock pile under the water. Haven't you tried that spot yet?
Why, you know that all my fishing has been down at this end of the lake, Mr. Pratt.
Oh, yes. I guess you did tell me that, didn't you?
It happens to be a fact.
I'm sure it is.
But now, look here. Didn't you introduce this, gentleman as Mr. Harris, Johnny Harris?
Oh, well, sure.
And yet a moment ago you...
Yeah, as I told you, Mr. Brady, Johnny is one of our best visiting fishermen.
Mr. Pratt.
But, Johnny, there's no point in your trying the rock pile today.
Why not, Ham?
Well, I just got word from the boys at the dam. They're going to let out a lot of water. Some emergency or other down at one of the lakes below us here.
Let out some of the water?
Yes, sir. It'll be low tide today. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Oh, so am I. Well...
how much do they drop the water in this lake, Mr. Pratt?
The way I understand it, may go down as much as 20 feet.
20 feet?
What's the matter, Mr. Brady?
Why, nothing. Nothing at all. But now, excuse me, gentlemen, there are some things I have to do.
Oh, and now, Mr. Brady, I thought you was going fishing, too, this morning.
Yes, I am. Thanks very much for the breakfast.
Wait a minute, Brady. Why don't you go out with me?
I'd rather go alone, thank you.
Oh, we could at least try the rock pile until the water gets too low up there.
No, excuse me, I'll see you later on.
What's the hurry?
I tell you I want to go fishing.
Oh, no, you don't.
I beg your pardon?
You want to be sure of getting up to that rock pile before I do.
What are you talking about?
So that you can move the body of your partner, the man you murdered, out of that cove before somebody else sees it.
What are you talking?
Get it out of there and hide it somewhere else.
You're crazy.
Because you know it'll be a dead giveaway.
No.
You know the bruises on it will show how you murdered him, how you tied the anchor line around his leg to make him slip, to get your hands on the insurance, $500,000 worth. Get your hands on the business that he's left behind. Can you deny that, Brady?
No, I can't. Any more than you can deny who you really are. Mr. Johnny Dollar.
That's right.
Insurance investigator.
Right again.
Well, it's too bad. It's too bad for you. Too bad that you caught up with me. Do you see this?
Now, put away that gun, Mr. Brady.
You see, you give me no choice now, Dollar. And I'm sorry, Mr. Pratt, but the same goes for you.
Don't be ridiculous, Brady.
Ridiculous or smart?
Surely you don't think you can get off a shot with that thing before I can draw my own gun.
Dollar?
For instance, like this.
Oh, no.
Ooh, Johnny, that took a lot of nerve.
Nerve? Ham, I was scared to death.
What?
I guess I'd never qualify for a part on Gunsmoke. Needless to say, Ham's talk about dropping the level of Lake Mojave by a full 20 feet was all a bluff, but it worked. Expense account total, including the trip on back to Hartford. Well, Mr. Benham, I think I'll just forget that. In view of my nice fat commission on that $500,000 policy. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, somebody takes a crack at the perfect crime, and with pretty exciting results. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. The role of Johnny Dollar was played by Mandel Kramer. Also heard in our cast were Santos Ortega as Frederick Benham, Terry Keane as Kathy, Bernard Grant as Brady, Bob Dryden as Ham Pratt. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking.
Hi, this is Arthur Godfrey, and I'll be back on Monday with tales like this one. They sparkle, they bubble, they're gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're overworking them. There's danger lurking in their eyes. Let me hear you go, Richard. On Monday's Arthur Godfrey time with Richard Hayes, Dick Hyman and the orchestra, and yours truly, John Philip Sousa.
That's right, Arthur Godfrey, every weekday on these stations of the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Herbert Lynn, State Unity Life, Denver, Colorado.
Mr. Lynn?
I wonder if you're free to come out here and see me right away.
Well, now, let me see.
I hope so. What's more, I can promise you a handsome fee, in addition to your expense account, of course, whether my fears are justified or not.
Fears of what, Mr. Lynn? What seems to be the trouble?
A murder, Mr. Dollar.
Oh?
That has not yet been committed.
I see, but you think will be, hmm?
I must confess that I alone anticipate it, or at least an attempt at it. I hope that you can somehow forestall any such attempt.
Well, I can certainly try.
Fine.
I'll grab the first plane.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the State Unity Life Insurance Company, Denver, Colorado office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the old-fashioned murder matter. Expense account item 1, $111.45 airfare. The first plane to make the right connections didn't pull out of Hartford until late in the afternoon, so it was close to midnight by the time we sat down at Stapleton Field on the outskirts of the mile-high city of Denver. In spite of the time of year, the mountain air was cold, crisp, and clear. It was well after midnight by the time a cab, and that's item 2, $6 even, dropped me off at the famous old Brown Palace Hotel. I got myself a comfortable room and hit the sack, then first thing in the morning I dropped in on Mr. Herbert Lynn at the State Unity office in one of the big new buildings in Mile High Center.
I suggest you rent a car, Mr. Dollar, because this client of ours lives in Green Mountain Falls. That's a small settlement down just west of Colorado Springs, Manitou Springs, that section.
Oh, I know the place well, Mr. Lynn.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm. Back in the summer of 58. I spent a couple of weeks fishing out of the Lucky Four Ranch with my old pal, Ray Schmizny.
Ray, what did you say?
Schmizny. Believe it or not, that name's a lot easier to say than to spell.
I'm sure it is. Now, this client's name is Howard Hartzell.
Yes?
He's 73 years old, Mr. Dollar, and at one time was quite wealthy, which explains his insurance policy for nearly $250,000.
And you think somebody wants to murder him?
Yes, I could almost say I'm certain of it.
Who, Mr. Lynn, and why?
One or all three of his beneficiaries, or at least two of them.
Want to tell me who they are?
Well, to begin with, Clara Johnson, a niece. School teacher in Colorado Springs. 45, I'd say. And about as mean, selfish, and grasping an old maid as I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
When she found out about her uncle's insurance policy, she immediately wanted to know why she wasn't made the sole beneficiary. Mr. Hartzell had quite a time with her.
What does Clara teach?
High school chemistry. Then there's another niece, Bonnie. She's young, smart, good-looking. Married to a plumber by the name of Harry Briggs. Also lives in Colorado Springs. They have no children and manage to make a living of sorts.
Now, you have the addresses of these people?
Yes, right here. I've listed them on a slip of paper for you. Here you are.
Good, thank you.
And finally, as you see, there's Tony Johnson, a nephew.
In Manitou Springs, it says here.
Yes. Tony inherited quite a bit of money from his own family. Went through it in less than a year. You know, big parties, expensive cars and girls and so on. And he's now working as a bartender in some cheap saloon there in Manitou Springs. Lazy, no-good wastrel, Dollar.
In other words, if something does happen in your book, he'll be number one suspect.
Yes, and I pride myself in having a sort of instinct in such matters.
Which of the two girls, the nieces, would you put next?
Well, if there were any reason to suspect anyone else, I should say Clara. I'm sure that when you see Bonnie and talk to her, you'll realize that she couldn't even think in terms of murder. What's that?
Oh, excuse the chuckle. I suppose if all the stuff you read in detective stories means anything, then Bonnie is the one I should suspect.
Didn't you hear me, sir?
If only because she apparently is above suspicion.
You'll see for yourself.
But suspect of what? Has there been any actual attempt to murder Mr. Hartzell?
Twice, Mr. Hartzell was narrowly missed by a car that bore down on him as he was crossing the highway in front of his place.
Mr. Lynn, you're talking about Route 24 that cuts through Ute Pass there at Green Mountain Falls?
I am.
Good grief, as I remember the traffic on that main highway.
Howard Hartzell is absolutely certain that each time the car tried to run down, and it was the same car each time.
Well...
Then, early one morning, a small caliber bullet plunged through the window of his living room, missed him by only a couple of feet.
Might be a careless hunter.
Then there was a mysterious fire at his home, in the middle of the night, Dollar. If a passing motorist hadn't seen it...
Even so.
And Mr. Hartzell was confined to his bed at the time. Well, he wouldn't have stood a chance. Incidentally, there's another thing.
What's that, sir?
His health recently.
After all, I believe you did say he was 73.
But up until recently, as healthy a specimen as you could... Why, if I'm in as good shape when I reach that age as he is, or rather was...
What's been the trouble?
I tell you, Dollar, that whatever's ailed him has been too all-fired mysterious.
Hasn't he had a doctor?
That's another thing. That ancient family doctor of his, Dr. Easterday.
What about him?
Well, if you ask me, his name ought to be Yesterday. He should have quit practice 20 years ago. But he's the only one that Hartzell will have. Matter of fact, Doc Easterday is living there with him now, to protect Hartzell, he says.
Oh?
Yes, and I suppose I must give the old pill pusher credit for that anyway.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm not the only one who feels that Hartzell's life is in danger, that those things that have happened weren't accidental. Now, that fire didn't come from any greasy rags.
Is that what the fire department said?
Yes, but I don't believe it.
Tell me, is Mr. Hartzell sick right now?
Well, right now he's on the mend from this last attack of, well, whatever it is. Liver ailment, says old Easterday. I think he was poisoned.
Have these nieces and the nephew been to see him recently?
Not since the doc moved in there, believe me. And that's been a couple of months now. He's allowed them absolutely no contact whatever with his uncle.
Well, if they've had no contact with him, how could they poison him?
That's what you've got to find out, Dollar. And find out which one and bring him to justice.
Him, you say?
Of course. It has to be that no-account nephew, Tony. But just because there's no reason to suspect her, I suppose you'll go to work on Bonnie.
Mr. Lynn, I think you're making a couple of mountains or two out of a molehill.
Oh, you do?
But as long as I'm here, I'll look in on these folks you've mentioned.
Now remember one thing, Dollar. If I'm right...
If?
And I'm sure I am...
Well?
Whoever would plan the murder of the uncle would be only too glad to get you out of the way.
Mr. Lynn had given me a good idea, possibly a dangerous one. It was simply to make no bones about who I was, why I'd come out here, why I wanted to see and talk with them. The nieces and nephew, I mean. Then, if one of them did try to make a fast move, get me out of the picture, I'd be on guard. It was a pretty sure way of knowing who was up to something. Item 3, $1.95 worth of phone calls to tell the relatives and the old man that I was on my way to... Item 4, $50 deposit on a rental car. I'd like to have stopped off at the U.S. Mint there in Denver, one of the largest in the country, to see if they were handing out any free samples, but instead I headed south on 87 past the big new Air Force Academy into Colorado Springs. Clara Johnson, the older niece, lived in a tiny 3 or 4 room house badly in need of repair on a side street off Cascade Avenue. Fortunately, for pretty obvious reasons, the interview was a short one.
It's ridiculous, that's all. Utterly ridiculous.
Now, Miss Johnson...
I mean that Uncle Howard, the old fool, should have included those other two in his will, in his insurance. Positively indecent.
Well, tell me, does your uncle have much of an estate besides the insurance?
No, not anymore. But do you know how much that insurance is?
I have a pretty good idea.
Nearly $250,000. And do you know what that would mean to me? To me, who's worked and struggled along all these years alone. I could give up this miserable teaching of those nasty, unappreciative brats at the high school. I could travel, go abroad, enjoy myself for a change, the way I deserve to after all these years.
Now, don't you think that Tony and Bonnie...
Oh, look at Bonnie. She has that young husband to take care of her, give her everything she wants, or at least most everything. And she's pretty. She has a nice figure, and do you think that Tony deserves anything?
Miss Johnson.
After the way he went through the fortune that his father left him. He does not.
Well, nonetheless...
Saloon keeper, that's what he is. And always getting into scrapes for those gangsters that hang around that dive where he works. It's disgusting.
Miss Johnson.
I'm the one who deserves that money. All of it.
Clara.
If only that old miser would die before it's too late, before I get too old. But he keeps on living just to spite me.
Too bad you can't help him along then, isn't it?
Oh, don't wish I could, Mr. Dollar. Believe me, if I could find some way to... Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
Didn't you?
No, I shouldn't have said such a thing.
Well, I'm afraid you did. Thanks very much, Miss Johnson.
Now, wait. I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
Bye. My next stop along the way was at Harry Briggs' plumbing shop. Bonnie was there holding down the store while her husband was out on the job, and she was pretty. Although it always kind of stops me a little when I see a girl working on her makeup over a business desk.
And I was so glad when you phoned to say that you're here to kind of look out for Uncle Howard. Oh, I called Tony and told him you'd be seeing him, too. Here. I look better now?
Oh, you look like a million.
Well, thanks, Johnny. Gee, you're cute for a private eye.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
No derby, no cigar in the corner of your mouth. Just a real good-looking guy. Only I shouldn't talk like that, should I?
Well, I'm afraid flattery will get you nowhere.
Oh, darn.
Tell me, did you mean that you two have been worried about your uncle?
Well, of course, after those cars that almost killed him and that fire at the posterior of his house and these sicknesses he's been having one after the other. Oh, I'm sure that Dr. Easterday is doing all he can for him, but much as Harry needs me around here, business isn't too good these days, and I feel I ought to be out there taking care of Uncle Howard, nursing him. It isn't as if I didn't know how.
Would he have you?
No. No, he wouldn't, Johnny. I'm afraid he thinks that all Clara and Tony and I keep hoping is that he'll die and leave us that insurance.
And isn't that true?
Should I lie and say no? Of course, we'll be glad to get that money, all of us, at the proper time.
Completely forthright and frank, and I must admit I was well impressed. Maybe Herbert Lynn was a good judge of character. He was certainly right about Tony there in the cheap bar and grill over in Manitou Springs. This was a character I didn't like immediately. Short, thin, hair plastered down with nervous hands and shifty eyes set close together. As we stood there behind the bar talking, with Tony claiming only undying affection for poor Uncle Howard, another man came in and stood by, as though waiting for Tony's signal to rough me up. Yeah, Mr. Lynn was right, all right. I wouldn't have trusted Tony as far as I could throw the Empire State Building.
Sure, Dollar. If you can figure some way to knock off the old man. Well, I know 3 of us would be glad to cut you in on that nice fat hunk of insurance. What good is he living out the rest of his days, sick half the time?
Maybe you'd like to help him along,
Think I wouldn't, wise guy, if I thought I could get away with it?
Don't pull any boo-boos, Tony.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm too smart.
Or all talk.
Hey, Tony, give me a drink.
Hey, look, I got to get ready for the afternoon train, huh?
Go ahead. Maybe I'll see you later.
Sure. Any old time. Usual, Eddie?
The important thing now was to see Mr. Hartzell and the old family doctor at Green Mountain Falls. I walked around to the back of the saloon, got into my car, then turned on the ignition. But in that brief moment before the starter took hold, I heard a buzzing under the hood, a sound that I knew only too well. That car had been wired. I jumped out and ran, almost too late. By the time the smoke cleared away from the carefully set explosion, I was blocks away at another car rental agency. I knew that Tony would be even further away, if, that is, he was the one who planted the bomb. So item 6 is another $50 deposit on another rental job. I sped up to Green Mountain Falls, then, to keep the date I'd promised over the phone. In answer to my knock on the small two-story home there on the side of a mountain.
Mr. Dollar?
That's right. Mr. Hartzell?
No, I'm Dr. Yesterday, and thank heaven you've got here.
Oh?
Albeit I'm afraid you're too late.
You mean something's happened to him?
Howard Hartzell is dead.
When?
Just a few moments ago. Would you like to come in?
Yes, I think I'd better.
We can sit here in this combination living bedroom of mine, unless you wish to see him. But there's really no point in it.
How did he die, Doctor?
It was a severe case of toxic jaundice.
Oh, jaundice?
Yes, this hemolytic jaundice. A liver condition has been bothering him for quite some time.
Just one moment, Doctor.
Yes. Well, Mr. Dollar.
In spite of your rather fancy medical terms, something has just rung a bell. I can't quite tie it down. You're sure that jaundice is what killed him?
Mr. Dollar, after all, I've been practicing medicine some 50 years.
Well, maybe that's good, and maybe it's bad.
I beg your pardon.
When I was out here before on a vacation, I had an infected finger.
Well, I failed to see what...
Now, the doctor who treated me was a young fellow by the name of, Ed Wilson. Where's your phone? What young Dr. Ed Wilson had to tell me was more than a little interesting.
That's right, Johnny. If administered at repeated intervals, even minute quantities of arsenic compounds may produce a subacute type of poisoning.
Go on, Ed.
Well, the victim may develop a toxic degeneration of the liver. It may progress to an acute or subacute yellow atrophy that's accompanied by an intense toxic jaundice.
I see.
And that, in turn, can be followed by severe, even deadly gastroenteritis.
And is that sort of poisoning something that might fool an old-time doctor who hasn't kept up with modern developments in medicine?
Johnny, I wouldn't want to go so far as to... what is all this, anyway?
Thanks, Ed. Thanks a lot.
Do you mind telling me what that was all about, young man?
Doctor, I want you to have an autopsy made immediately.
But there was a physician in attendance at his death. I myself, it isn't necessary.
Doctor, will you please order the autopsy?
Well, very well, if you insist.
The result? Arsenic poisoning beyond the least shadow of a doubt. But then came the real problem. How and when was it given to him? More important, how it was given to him in small doses over a long period of time and by whom.
I, Mr. Dollar?
Well, apparently you're the only one who's been with him all this time.
But to think that I might... Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, I hope so, Doctor.
I said, yet...
Yes? Well?
Well, I suppose I can't blame you for wondering about me. Ever since I began to worry about him and he began to suspect his relatives of planning his death, I've permitted no one else to see him. As you can see, I have my room and bath here on the first floor. His are on the second. And there is no way anyone could have gotten to him up there without my knowing about it.
You always ate the same food he did?
Always, and I prepared it myself. The only time during his waking hours when I wasn't with him, watching over him, was when he was in the privacy of his little bathroom up there.
Mm-hmm. And yet somehow... Did Clara ever come here to see him?
No. As I told you, ever since I've been here...
How about Tony?
Well, Tony hasn't been here since the day he... And even then I didn't let him in the door, since the last time he delivered a bottle of whiskey.
Whiskey?
Yes. In the beginning, I had Mr. Hartzell take a small quantity of it each night as a stimulant.
Well, all right, then.
Well, that was stopped months ago.
Oh. Where's the rest of the whiskey?
Oh, I'm afraid I drank it myself.
Oh, well, then that's out. Now, how about Bonnie?
Well, I told you, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, you told me.
Even her husband, when he came to fix the plumbing in the basement.
Oh?
That was 2 months ago.
Yes?
Even he wasn't permitted inside the house proper.
I see. You say you did the cooking?
Yes.
Who brought in the groceries?
I did all the shopping myself. No one could possibly have contaminated them, and I myself ate them.
And while you were out shopping?
The house was locked, and Mr. Hartzell let no one in.
You're sure of that?
Absolutely. Because during the past month or so, he was upstairs, unable to come down here.
Yet somehow, somebody... Wait a minute.
Oh, yes.
Posterior. A fire in the posterior of this house.
What?
That's the way it was told to me, and that's what's going to tie up this case.
I'm afraid I don't
Not the back of the house, Doctor, but the posterior. That's what you would have said. You, a doctor. So would a nurse, and a nurse would know all about arsenic, too.
Well, of course, but I
told me that she ought to have been here taking care of him, nursing him, that she knew how. Of course, she'd been a nurse.
Mr. Dollar.
And her husband is a plumber. Come on, Doctor, let's see if we can find the green telltale that arsenic would leave up there in his bathroom, say around the nozzle of a water spigot. And that's exactly where we found it. And downstairs in the cellar, hidden behind a furnace pipe and hooked up to that cold water line, not the line to the kitchen or the bathroom on the first floor, but hooked up to the line to the second floor was that ingenious, deadly device, a small container half full of an arsenic solution with a valve, so that only a drop at a time would enter the pipe that gave Mr. Hartzell his drinking water, the one drop at a time that killed him. Funny. It wasn't the sweet, gentle Bonnie who finally broke down and confessed their little plot, but her husband, the plumber who'd rigged the device, who'd also rigged my car for that explosion. So, once more, it's up to the courts. My only regret is that worthless Tony and selfish Clara will share that nice hunk of insurance. Expense account total, including the trip home, $347.85. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also heard in our cast were Leora Thatcher as Clara, Lawson Zerbe as Dr. Easterday, Patsy Campbell as Bonnie, John Seymour as Herbert Lynn, Richard Holland as Tony, and William Lipton as Dr. Ed Wilson. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Alan Burns speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.